If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
My family earns respect.
My family clears bases.
My family breaks records.
My family wins MVPs.
My family gives everything.
My family makes history. My family wins championships.
There's no family.
There's no family. There's no family.
There's no family like my family.
Join the fam.
Join the fam.
Join the fam.
When Alaska Airlines needed a partner for the complex operations of travel, they made the switch to T-Mobile. Our 5G has Alaska Airlines and their customers covered, from major hubs to remote destinations, with 5G coverage ready now for the demands of today and the future. T-Mobile's network powers Alaska Airlines as they deliver next-level care for all customers. 5G ready now. That's how unconventional thinking is better for business.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Welcome to Judy Walden Scarafile Field in Hyannis, Massachusetts, and welcome to what some might be calling the biggest game in the Harbor Hawks organization in the last 4 years. First place in the West Division hangs in the balance of tonight's matchup between the Harbor Hawks and Cotuit Kettleers on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. And wait a second, stop the presses. If you're thinking, hey, Zach, that sounds pretty similar to your cold open last week, you would be right. These two teams have not budged in the standings since their tie a week ago, and I'm here inside the Tim Elstrom broadcast booth. I'm Zach Berman alongside Austin Dakuda, and welcome back the Lone Ranger, the masked bandit, Drake Toll. Good to have you back.
Great to be here, guys. I'm excited for baseball. Kind of forgot how most of the game works. My memory overload was kind of an issue over the last week or so, but happy to be here.
Good to see your face. I forgot what it looked like.
Well, you can
good to see the
can
upper
see the
part of your
eyes
face.
and the hair a little bit. Got a haircut today,
It looks
though.
good.
So thank you, guys. Pleasure to be here.
Well,
Zach,
I guess the 17 days were up?
Yeah, 70. I actually went 20 days because the whole disease thing. So really tough, really tough. But we got it done today.
Well, like I've mentioned, the two teams have not budged in the standings. Whenever the Hawks won, Cotuit won. Whenever the Hawks lost, vice versa. It's a windy night, just like last Tuesday. It's the same starting pitching matchup. Zach Chappell versus Austin Amaral. And, hey, Austin Amaral has been a beacon of consistency, Austin.
That he has. He's a guy who you know what you're going to get on a nightly basis, like somebody who can come out and throw as many as 6 innings in a ball game. He's not going to overload you with strikeouts, and he's not going to overpower you, but what Austin Amaral does is induce a ton of weak contact. It seems like whether it's a right-handed hitter or a lefty, the ball just doesn't jump off their bat when Amaral's on the mound. That is thanks in part to 4 really solid pitches behind a really good slider that Austin Amaral is continuing to improve.
Well, speaking of balls jumping off of the bat, the Harbor Hawks have gone from a team that has really played most of their game with small ball to a team that can hit for power. And Drake, the home runs have come aplenty as of late.
Yeah, the Harbor Hawks at one point in time were 10th in the league with 6 home runs when the 9th place team had 12. So they're being doubled up by the team a step ahead of them in the standings. That's changed. They're 7th in the league right now. Rumor has it Eric Beatty used to tell these guys they would be reprimanded if they hit home runs. Not anymore, Zach Berman. They do small ball and home run. That was a joke. He never said that. But they're starting to hit the home run now, and you like to see it from Pancho Ruiz, who jumped off the page. Cole McConnell has been one of the top 5 in the league in slugging the last few days. Don Patelli had 2 in a game. These guys are hitting the ball and hitting the ball a long way.
I actually talked to Coach about the home run power in recent games before the game, and we're going to send it to the dugout show.
And we have a special first.
No, here at McKeon Park, it's the Hawks and Kettleers first place in the line. I'm here with our manager, Eric Beatty, and Coach. Let me just start by saying in the past 24 hours or so, 3 of this past season's Hyannis Harbor Hawks have heard their names called by MLB teams. What does it mean, you know, as their coach, to hear these guys have their names called, and how special is it to be able to say that you were a part of their journeys?
Yeah, it's great. There's a lot of people a part of that journey, and I'm definitely honored to be one of those guys. And I just tell them congratulations, go be a professional. It's an exciting time for them and their family.
The Harbor Hawks have looked a little bit different offensively as of late. This is a team that really won games by small ball in the first couple weeks of the season, but as of recent, the power bats have awakened. Would you say that's a difference in strategy, or just guys getting more comfortable with the wood bats?
I think guys are getting more comfortable with the wood bats for sure. But our team is very interesting. We can score in a lot of different ways, and it's really helped us win a lot of games different ways.
Last but not least, you know, the Harbor Hawks have been within half a game of Cotuit for the last week or so. What would it mean for you to pass them head-to-head tonight?
I guess it would be great in terms of the standings, but we're approaching this day like every other day. We're trying to go 1-0 today.
Thank you, Coach. Let's have a great game tonight. Go Hawks. Welcome back. Just about ready to go here from McKeon Park. It's the Hawks and Kettleers in a battle for first place, and it's time to take a look at the starting 9 for the Kettleers that Austin Amaral will face. Leading off for Cotuit, Tommy Troy playing short out of Stanford. Batting second, Carter Trice. In left field, C.J. Kafis, the Miami Hurricane, batting third. Tyler Johnson, Coastal Carolina, Chanticleer, batting fourth.
Looks, Zach, like we may have a special national
yes,
anthem tonight. Whoa.
We will. So
can I take a break for that one?
We are going to take a break. We'll get you the actual lineups after the anthem.
I'm going to.
For the national anthem, and now for real, the starting lineups first for the Cotuit Kettleers, coached by one of the all-time Cape League legends in Mike Roberts. Tommy Troy at short, Carter Trice at left field, C.J. Kafis at first, Tyler Johnson batting cleanup, Caleb Lomavita batting fifth and catching, Josh Pearson batting sixth and right, Eddie Park, the Stanford product, batting seventh in center, Trotter Harlan batting eighth and third base, Colby Wilkerson batting ninth at second, and there's your Harbor Hawk starting fielding group. Cole McConnell in center, Brennan Cumming in left, Mike Sirota in right. In your infield, it's Mitch Jebb at third, Don Patelli at shortstop, Riku Nishida at second, Phil Matulia at first, Pancho Ruiz behind the dish, as typically we don't see both catchers in the starting lineup. Today is a little bit different because you have George Corona in the designated hitter spot. And on the bump for the Hawks, Austin Amaral out of Stetson. And he's had himself a pretty good season, but the last time he appeared, it was against Cotuit, and he was bitten by the long ball a little bit, Austin.
That he was. It wasn't a bad outing. It just was one that he missed on maybe 2 pitches, and both those pitches happened to be taken for a ride. And unfortunately for Austin Amaral, he has a very dangerous Cotuit lineup that he'll have to contend with once again tonight, but it's someone who's going to work from start to start. He's going to throw a couple bullpens with Coach Korn as he did the last couple of days and work on his mechanics, and expect a good bounce-back outing for the right-hander from Stetson.
Absolutely, and today, a special day for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, well, should I say yesterday and today, as I believe now 4 Harbor Hawks have heard their names called in the 2022 Major League Baseball draft. Brody McCullough to the Cubs, Brandon Neek to the Dodgers, Justin Hyannis to the Braves, and I'd say about 30 minutes before first pitch, we heard a whole bunch of cheers coming out from the left field arm bar, and that was because Ethan Hammerberg had heard his name called by the Chicago White Sox. So congratulations to our 4 draftees and everybody else from the Cape Cod Baseball League that heard their name called.
Yeah, that was one of the cooler things we saw pregame. You heard a bunch of guys out in left field start jumping around and cheering all around one guy. You couldn't quite tell what was going on, and then you hear it, Hammerberg, drafted, White Sox. So really neat to see in real time. All the guys in the dugout pregame were on their cell phones. And I was wondering, I asked one of the team ops guys, like, why, I've never seen those guys with the cell phones in the dugout. That's really weird. Well, today's draft day, and every single one of those Harbor Hawks in there that is draft eligible was expecting to get a call, and a lot of those guys saw their dreams realized. Great to see it played out in front of our own eyes.
And there were so many guys from last year's team also drafted. One of those was Clark Elliott, who was taken at the 69th overall pick to the Oakland Athletics, a very talented baseball player who we happened to see play last year here at McKeon Park. And if you follow the Harbor Hawks on Twitter, they're going to be tweeting out all of the Hawks that have been drafted from years past and this current group as well.
Almost forgot Thomas Balboni was also drafted earlier today, the San Diego Padres.
That's right. Balboni was with the team earlier in the year as a reliever. Congratulations to him and the 4 other Harbor Hawks from the 2022 team.
Yeah.
And here's a guy coming up to the plate to lead the Kettleers off.
He's going to get drafted at some point.
Yeah, his name's going to get called, and it's going to get called very early in the future because Tommy Troy comes into this game with a .381 batting average.
Yeah.
Well, he is the hottest hitter on Cape Cod in the last week. He has an average of .479 in the last 7 days. 2 home runs, one of which was against Austin Amaral. You're curious to see how the Harbor Hawks pitching will attack him. I'd say easy on the fastballs. Troy is ready. Amaral is ready. Here's the first pitch. It is a fastball. It's a called strike on the outside part of the plate. The count 0-1. Your umpires tonight behind the plate is Mike Farman, third baseman Kevin Kaufman, Rick Emerson at first base. There's a breaking ball line into center field, and Tommy Troy continues to be the hottest hitter on Cape Cod. It goes over the head of McConnell and all the way past him, and going to third is Troy. He'll pull up there. Curious to see how they scored. It was a bad bounce.
Yeah, really bad hop right there. McConnell came up on that baseball, and what you saw was it hit a divot. There's a couple of those that are sprinkled throughout the outfield. It hit just the wrong divot. McConnell had come up too far on the ball, and it bounced right over his glove. Not the best start for the Harbor Hawks defensively, but really we've seen the turf play an issue for both teams over the course of the season. Tough to see it happen on the first batter of the game.
Tommy Troy continues to torment the Harbor Hawks. They're going to rule it a single and an error. So Troy advances on the E8. Tommy Troy now 3 for 3 against Austin Amaral this year. That brings up Carter Trice, who takes the first pitch. A little bit low, called ball 1.
You see Amaral use his entire body when he throws. He brings that right arm all the way back, gets great extension, and uses that to pump the fastball with unassuming size, still at 93, 94 miles an hour.
1-0 to Trice, taken outside 2-0. Carter Trice, formerly out of Old Dominion. He's transferring to North Carolina State for this coming season. This past year, a great season at Old Dominion, 289, 17 homers, 49 RBIs. He's got an average of 219 as a Kettleer this year. 2-0 the count. Amaral, righty to righty deals. There's a high pop, shallow infield. McConnell coming in. He calls off Patelli, makes the catch, tagging, and now just attracting a throw is Tommy Troy, and there's out number 1.
Plenty of time there for Cole McConnell to make that play because the ball hung up for so long, and a great throw back, relaying it in. What's dangerous about that, you get a bad hop on the throw, that scores a run. So the fact that McConnell's able to put it in there well for Pancho Ruiz, clean play, get a couple more of those, you're out of the inning unscathed.
Another Kettleer with a stellar season. CJ Kafis comes in batting 17 for 56, 303 average on the year, the first baseman out of Miami. Teammate of Don Patelli. The runner off a first and one out here in the top of the first inning. The first pitch to Kafis, he takes inside ball one. It's a sticky night here in Hyannis, 82 degrees, feels like 86 with the humidity. Winds blowing southwest 16 miles an hour. They'll come and go throughout the night. 1-0, and the pitch is hit right at second base. Sliding play by Riku. He goes to first in time for the out. A run scores. Nice play by the all-star second baseman Nishida, but it is an RBI ground out for CJ Kafis, and 1-0 Cotuit.
Well, it's a great play defensively there by Riku, and in addition to that, the run does score, but you'll take it in that situation. Right. You get 2 straight outs. Now you get to deal with the cleanup hitter, Tyler Johnson, who has a ton of power, and you do so with 2 outs and the base is clear.
Tyler Johnson, a ton of power out to left center. We saw that earlier this season as the pitch taken low.
Somebody had to score today. So the Harbor Hawks needed to score more than one run as it is.
Johnson coming in batting .275, 6 homers, 18 RBIs. The 1-0. Checks his swing. I don't think he went around. They checked down to third base, and they say no, he did not. The count 2-0 on the Coastal Carolina Chanticleer. Johnson, who started his college career at Eastern Oklahoma State College, formerly out of Bentonville, Arkansas.
Hey, I've been there before. Hometown of Walmart. True story.
2-0 pitch to Kafis. He swings and misses. They have the count now 2-1.
Also ruled Tommy Troy's hit as a single. Not sure if we got to that. They ruled it a single
and an error.
And an error on Cole McConnell that allowed him to advance to third.
It was a single and an E8. That's what I have it as in my book. The 2-1 to Johnson, cut on and missed. Foul tipped into the glove of Ruiz.
So that is a run, but not an earned run for Austin Amaral.
A tough break for McConnell because he's been so good in the field, and I don't know if that's necessarily something you can put on him. The 2-2 pitch to Johnson, he takes in the dirt. Actually bounces away from Ruiz, but the count will run full.
Yeah. Looks like Austin Amaral is favoring the changeup and slider combo out of the gate. Cotuit hits fastball so well, and Tommy Troy, somebody who demolishes the heater too. And you saw earlier in the count, Amaral left a slider up. We'll see where he goes back to.
Payoff pitch, the 3-2 to Johnson. It's weakly chopped foul towards the Cotuit dugout. Your dimensions here at McKeon Park: 324 down the left field line, 379 to dead center, 358 to right field, depending on who you ask. Payoff pitch, the 3-2. Amaral deals, and it's ripped to right down the line, hooking foul. But we stay full, and maybe not a pitch you hang up there again to Tyler Johnson.
I'd say if you want this game to remain 1-0, you don't hang another one up there.
Yeah, you probably don't.
You mentioned Tommy Troy. He is now 3 for 3 in his Cape League career against Austin Amaral. Yeah. So,
well, it's rare.
Yeah.
It's rare for a guy to see the same starting pitcher twice in a season. Never mind go 3 for 3 against that pitcher.
3-2 pitch incoming. Amaral deals, and it's a swing and a miss on the breaking ball. So Tommy Troy leads off the game with a hit and then scores, but Austin Amaral avoids further damage. 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left on after half an inning. The Harbor Hawks coming to bat here on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, down 1-0.
Tastes like a Coke.
We nailed it!
Coke Zero Sugar. Have they nailed it?
Sounds like they really nailed it, huh?
Nailed it.
And that's when you said... So it really tastes like a Coke.
Yeah, that's the point.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, you need a partner, not just an agent. For over 50 years, Gibson Sotheby's International Realty has set the standard in excellence and performance. A seasoned team that has thrived throughout all markets. Our agents live and work in your neighborhood and understand you. We are over 170 agents strong, backed by an in-house marketing team and global reach that is second to none.
From studios to penthouses, purchasing to renting, our team provides unparalleled real estate services.
If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
Welcome back to Judy Walden Scarafile Field here at McKeon Park in Hyannis. You can see the flag waving. We do have a bit of wind tonight, but the Harbor Hawks trail 1-0 as Zach Chappell steps onto the bump for the Kettleers. And it's time to take a look at the Hyannis starting lineup. Mitch Jebb leads off at third base. Mike Sirota batting second in right field. Cole McConnell batting third at center field. George Corona batting cleanup and DHing. Brendan Cumming batting fifth in left field. Dom Patelli batting sixth at short. Pancho Ruiz batting seventh and catching. Phil Matulia batting eighth at first. And Riku Nishida batting ninth and playing second base. Tryson left, Parkin center, Pearson in right. And then Trotter Harlan at third. Tommy Troy at short. Colby Wilkerson at second base. CJ Kafis at first. Caleb Lumavita behind the dish and on the bump. Zach Chappell, who opened against the Harbor Hawks a week ago, went an inning and 2/3 scoreless, struck out one, didn't allow a base runner, but he's appeared 3 times this year. Lefty stands 6'1", 210 out of UCF, and he will face off against the lefty Mitch Jebb, one of the couple Cape League All-Stars the Harbor Hawks are bringing to the table. First pitch breaking ball called strike.
Yeah, great pitch there on the off-speed you see already from Chappell, and he's going to give you the slider 4% of the time, the changeup 2% of the time. He's a strictly two-pitch pitcher for them. I mean, yeah, strictly. Fastball 62% of the time, curveball 31%. You see the curve to open the game.
A 1 to Mitch Jebb, and Jebb takes up high 1-1. Jebb 29 for 99, an average of 292 on the season. He has been nothing short of fantastic. Was a Kettleer for a couple weeks and then released, wound up in Hyannis, and he is, I mean, he's just crushed it, no doubt about it. The 1-1 pitch taken outside by Jebb, the count, 2-1.
You're seeing the curveball here early. It's got almost slurve action, reminiscent of what Carson Wisenhunt threw the Harbor Hawks on a Sunday here a few weeks back, where it's not only dropping in on you, it's also moving left to right at a pretty good pace.
2-1 pitch to Jebb, and Mitch Jebb chops it on the ground. That's going to be a tough play. Troy, the jump throw, it's not nearly in time. So Mitch Jebb legs out an RBI single, and the Harbor Hawks have the leadoff runner aboard.
Well, Mitch Jebb knew exactly what he was doing there, slapping that baseball down with the infield playing in. They were expecting a possible bunt because he showed it on the first pitch, and it pays off really well. He takes advantage of the shift. Mitch Jebb's batting .293, 9th in the league in batting average. He's also got 16 stolen bases, 2nd in the league. We'll see if he shows that off here.
2nd in the league and 2nd on the team behind Riku Nishida, as Mike Sirota, who is red hot, batting 6th in the league with 400 batting average in the last week. He has been a heck of a pickup once again as Chappell goes off at first, and it gets away, and it goes all the way to the fence there off of right field. Jebb is going to jug all the way from first to third without the ball getting put in play.
Well, the Harbor Hawks say it. Anything you can do, I can do better. And right there, you saw Tommy Troy make it all the way to third base on an error. What does Cotuit do? They give it right back to the Harbor Hawks, and Mitch Jebb, who hesitated between second and third base, still had time with elite speed to make it there. This guy's going to be a major leaguer pretty soon.
Well, Mike Sirota, who, like I've mentioned, 400 average in the last week, 6 for 20. That is ridiculous. He's got a double, he's got a home run.
8 for 20 now is Sirota, and I don't think you think about bunting him here.
No.
I think you let him swing away.
Yeah.
First pitch down to Sirota, outside 1-0.
Yeah.
So pretty much anything scores Jebb.
Mike has been that guy. First 6 games, 8 hits, 7 RBI for the Harbor Hawks.
He's come through in pretty much every situation he's been in, and here's another one early to tie this game up.
1-0 with a runner off at third, Jebb. Chappell deals, and Sirota takes a called strike, the count 1-1. You think the Brewster Whitecaps, who have struggled a little bit offensively, you think they're missing Mike Sirota?
Thanks for giving the Harbor Hawks Mike Sirota.
Even when they released him, he was hitting .250 at the time with an OBP of about .450.
That's top 30 in the league.
Chapel deals the 1-1 way outside. It's fielded by Loma Vita, but the count will go 2-1 on Sirota.
Sirota's such a smart hitter, too. I mean, if you play the outfield back, he'll pop it right there in front of you. Play the infield in, he'll pop it over your head. He's really good at placing the baseball with the bat where he wants it to go.
2-1 pitch to Sirota. Mike Sirota swings and misses. The count 2-2.
And he's the ultimate take what the pitcher gives you type of hitter. If you throw it on the outside part of the plate, Mike Sirota takes it to right field. If you give it inside to him, he might even just put it over the fence to left. I mean, he's a great hitter to all fields and does so with consistency. I mean, 320 plus batting average in Northeastern and 4 long balls, and he does everything so well at the plate.
2-2 pitch. Chapel deals lefty to righty, and it's taken a little bit outside and high. The count will run full. You know, we mentioned Harbor Hawks that have heard their names called. Mike Sirota, no stranger to that. He was drafted 492nd overall in the 2021 draft by the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Was on his toes for about 6 days waiting for that call.
Payoff pitch, the 3-2 to Sirota. Chapel sets and deals, and it's taken just on the inside corner, called a strike. Great pitch there by Zach Chapel to retire Mike Sirota, 1 down.
Yeah, Sirota knew it immediately. You could see him, he just tossed the bat up and walked right back to the dugout.
Looked like it had some tail on it too with that fastball. Maybe came back and caught the corner, one that he gave up on initially, but it did catch enough of the zone. Now with 1 out in the inning, do you consider bunting Cole McConnell to tie this game up?
You can think about it. Well, here's a guy in Cole McConnell who's 4th in the league RBI, 11th in batting average, 3rd in slugging the last week. As the first pitch gets away, well, forget the bunt. As coming home easily as Jeb, he goes first to home without the ball getting put in play, and the Harbor Hawks have tied the game.
There is your league leader in runs. He had 26 coming into this one, a league lead by 5. Well, let's add another one. His 27th run this season, the most in the Cape Cod Baseball League, far and away. It's not even close. And there he goes again, a walk in the park. I think I would have gotten home on that fastball.
So how about that? The Harbor Hawks, who seemingly more than anybody in the league score without the ball getting put in play, have tied the game at 1 as Cole McConnell takes a breaking ball call to strike the count 1-1. McConnell really started to heat up against Cotuit a week ago. 2 solo homers, one of which tied the game in the 8th inning. That game was eventually called due to lighting.
Lightning?
Lighting. 1-1, lefty-lefty. McConnell skies it a million miles up in the air.
I got it.
Shallow center. Let's see who calls everybody off. It's Eddie Park who makes the catch, 2 down.
Well, I did my best to try to get their attention off guard because about 5 Kettleers ran in on that one.
The sky is a little bit over. I mean, not overcast, but it's tough to see the baseball.
Yes,
a lot of clouds.
it is.
Certainly a lot of clouds.
I don't know what you call that weather-wise. George Corona.
Overcast.
Well, it's not quite gray.
There's a little bit of blue peeking through this.
Right. Partly cloudy, is that what they call it?
I guess.
Harrison Myers would know. Trained weatherman.
George Corona steps in. Batting cleanup. Typically, platoon's catching. He's DHing tonight. Corona takes a called strike. 0-1. Corona had a pretty remarkable season at Louisiana Tech this past spring. 16 home runs and 62 RBIs, and he's got that power for sure. He's batting .250 so far on Cape Cod as he takes that one low.
It's funny we've gotten a part of the year where you give up on college stats, right? Like Mitch Jebb. We haven't mentioned his spring stats in Michigan State in probably 3 weeks. His Cape stats are so daunting. But then you start to get the influx of the new guys that come in, like George Corona, who's such a great addition. You go right back to that.
1 ball, 1 strike to Corona. 1 run already in. Here's the 1-1. It's taken low and in 2-1. Well, that was ruled an error on Zach Chapel on the throwaway that advanced Jeb from first to third. So you have 1s across the board, stat-wise.
1-1-1.
In the first inning as well.
Yeah.
The 2-1 with 2 outs, lefty to righty. Chapel deals inside 3-1. Now, we've mentioned Corona had a bit of a strikeout problem at Louisiana Tech. He struck out 53 times and walked only 13. So far on Cape Cod, he's walked more than he struck out, and that is such a huge improvement of his game. That's really what guys come to the Cape Cod Baseball League to work on. The 3-1 pitch, Corona swings away, lines it into right center field, and that is going to be caught on the run by Josh Pearson to retire the side. But the Harbor Hawks, thanks to some heads-up base running by Mitch Jebb, tie the game at 1, and we head to the second, tied 1 apiece on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
Hey, Mama, what's up?
Did you switch my service from Verizon to T-Mobile?
Yep. T-Mobile has the only nationwide 5G.
Well, Mr. Mr. Know-It-All. Let's see if you right about that.
Mama. Hey, Mama, I'm working.
It works at the pie shop.
T-Mobile's 5G works inside and out. Hey, what you need, Mama? I'm trying to watch the game with my boys.
It works in the park.
Oh, okay. Mama?
It works at the aquarium, in the parking garage, at the beach, in the elevators. It works in the movie theater, too. Oh, shush yourself. I'm talking to my baby.
You're driving me crazy.
I was just calling you to say thank you, baby. I love you.
I love you too, Mama. Yes, Mama.
It works in the kitchen. Tell Mama.
Mama?
5G, it works in the club.
Who are you in the club with?
All about it. Tell Mama.
So it's a run for a run after the first inning of play. We come back to the second, tied at 1 apiece on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network as Austin Amaral steps onto the bump for his second inning of work. We already have some action in the bullpen, maybe just someone stretching and warming up.
Yeah, likely the case for the Harbor Hawks there. It looks like warming up in the bullpen right now is Isaiah Rhodes, though, and he very well could be hot, so maybe they've got him out there. You know, the weird part about this, Amaral did face Cotuit just a week ago, so these guys have already seen his arms a few times through the lineup, so if Amaral gets into any early trouble, he didn't really in the first, despite that one run that's unearned, you may see Isaiah Rhodes here after 2-3 innings.
We shall see, but Caleb Lomavita will
I think
start.
Rhodes is just getting a bullpen in right now.
That's my best guess.
Lomavita takes the first pitch, fastball outside 1-0.
You can see he's almost on the mound throwing right now, so I can't imagine they warm him up at that rate to bring him in now.
1-0 to Lomavita, and he fouls it away. Lomavita out of UC Berkeley. 18 games on Cape, batting .319, 1 homer, 3 RBIs. He's put together a solid season.
And he's also not really throwing because George, the bullpen catcher, doesn't have a chest protector on, and he's just kind of lobbing it in. So I'd say just some work.
1-1 to Lomavita, grounded up the middle and through for a base hit. So 2 innings, and Cotuit leads off both of them with hits. So Lomavita reaches via the single, second Kettleer hit of the night, and that brings up Josh Pearson, the LSU product.
We'll see what Pearson's able to do with the dish here, but that play just a little out of the reach of Dom Patelli. Just too deep. Had he gotten the baseball, still would have been time for a throw, so not a bad idea to just let that one go.
Pearson started his baseball career with the Sanford River Rats of the Florida Collegiate Summer League. First pitch, Pearson takes up high 1-0. Went from Sanford to LSU, had a great season with the Tigers, 8 homers, 35 RBIs. On Cape in 17 games, he's struggled a bit, an average of 184, no homers, 1 RBI.
Yeah.
With a runner off of first, Lomavita, the 1-0 pitch, and that is crushed to right center field, and that is long gone. Well, there's the power we saw in Baton Rouge from Josh Pearson, a 2-run homer, and Cotuit takes the lead 3-1.
How's that for a jinx? He's struggled so far on the Cape.
Oh, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Third homer given up by Amaral this season, all against Cotuit, as that was off the bat and gone in a hurry. Really one of the harder hit balls we've seen on Cape Cod all year.
Yeah, that was one of those no-doubters. You think that's home run on him with a metal bat?
I'd say that's going a lot further on a metal bat.
I'm afraid to see where that lands.
That lands in the harbor with a metal bat.
So the batter is Eddie Park. Another batter with a 1,000 batting average against Amaral this season takes the first pitch inside 1-0.
Yeah, sometimes it's the nature of the rotation. Is a guy, you know, the off days are split the way they are just perfectly. You'll pitch against the very same team a week later, and you really got to rise to that occasion, which is so tough to do as there's a ball low when you got roughed up a little bit your last time out, try to go out against the same guys. They've already seen your stuff once, now they get it again within a 7-day span. You don't see that in a lot of different, like, when's the next time Austin Amaral's got to do that in baseball, you know?
Fouled away by Park, the count 2-1. So the Hawks down early to the Kettleers again. Not something they're not familiar with, per se. They did come back against Cotuit 6-2 down a week ago, and this time there won't be any light problems to impede on such. 2-1 to Park, and that's a breaking ball hit to short. Dom Patelli fields, fires in time, 1 down.
It's a good bounce back there by Austin Amaral. Get some weak contact and let your fielders do the work for you. And if he can work through Trotter Harlan here, it'd be a nice bounce back and get out of the inning. Obviously, the 3 runs are not ideal for Amaral, but a lot of times you can work with 3 runs allowed. And if he can go a couple more innings and keep the Kets bats at bay, you might be in business.
Trotter Harlan from College of Charleston, teammate of former Harbor Hawk this season, Ty Good. Foul tips the first one back, the count 0-1.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll see Ty Good's name called next summer pretty high.
Well, that 12-6 curve, I wouldn't be shocked.
No.
In 9 games with the Kettleers, an average of 250, no homers, or excuse me, 1 homer, 2 RBIs. 0-1 to Harlan. He takes a fastball, or excuse me, a breaking pitch outside, called a strike. 1-1 to the third baseman for the Cats. 1 ball and a strike. Amaral deals. Just misses the outside part of the plate. 2-1.
Yeah, you can grab a couple of outs here before you flip the lineup over. You'd be in a solid spot if you're Amaral.
2 balls and a strike. Austin Amaral has already allowed 2 runs this inning via the Josh Pearson home run. Pitch, and that's a high fly ball right field. Sirota ranging over, makes the catch, 2 down. So Amaral, after giving up the single and the homer, has responded nicely, getting the next 2 out in pretty short order to bring up the 9-hitter, Colby Wilkerson out of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. And Wilkerson has been in and out of the lineup, I'd say, for the Kettleers to this point. This is game number 6 for him as he takes the first pitch, low ball 1. Wilkerson actually started the season in the Northwoods League, or should I say the summer, with the Rochester Honkers. Now this is 6th game with the Kettleers on Cape Cod. He's batting .222 with an RBI, no home runs. The 1-0-1. There's a breaking ball, strike count, 1-1.
Well, Cotuit had almost a mass exodus earlier this season just because of how good they were. So many guys were leaving for the draft.
1-1, breaking ball swung on and missed, the count 1-2.
Their left side of the infield, Cam Collier, Ryan Ritter, both drafted. 1st round for Collier, 4th for Ritter. So that tells you a little something about the type of talent they had in the first about dozen games or so.
1-2 pitch, 2 outs, 2 runs already in for Cotuit. Amaral, righty to lefty, gets his signs from Ruiz and deals. And the pitch is line to left center field, and that's going to drop in front of Cumming for a base hit. So the 3rd base hit of the inning for Cotuit. More importantly, that flips the lineup for Tommy Troy, who bats 1,000 to this point against Austin Amaral. And you have to be curious to see how Troy is going to be attacked here by Amaral. Troy and Trice, 1 and 2 in the lineup, both homered off of Amaral last week.
Well, you can't throw Tommy Troy a fastball. All his home runs this year are on the fastball. And if you can bury the slider and the changeup down below the knee, that's your best bet to Troy. Even if you have to really go to a full count with him, you just can't afford to leave anything in the zone.
First pitch, Troy, that was in the zone, and it's ripped to right for a base hit. Sirota fields nicely, will hold the runner at second, but once again, Austin Amaral in a little bit of trouble here, 2 on, 2 out.
Yeah, nice job by Sirota there to corral that one as soon as possible and relay it in quickly. But now you got to deal with Carter Trice, the ODU product, who's been solid this season. Trice in total's batting average now at .216, but on Cape Cod, that's just middle of the pack. I mean, this is not a guy who's really struggling mightily at the plate. You're seeing a lot of the best hitters on Cape Cod, or best hitters from the spring, hitting that .220 mark on Cape Cod. So another guy you got to contend with, who had a 400 OBP at ODU.
Trice set to transfer to North Carolina State this fall. Takes a first pitch, fastball outside. 1-0 to Trice, and he's got 2 homers on the year.
Yeah.
One of which a week ago against Austin Amaral. He had 2 RBIs in the last game for Cotuit, and 9-8 loss to the Falmouth Commodores. Runner off a second, runner off a first. The pitch, there's a strike from Austin Amaral, the count 1-1. You do mention Cotuit had a mass exodus, but they're bringing in one of the most talented ball players in America. He was activated today, not in the roster tonight, but that would be spectacularly talented outfielder from Vandy, Enrique Bradfield.
Yeah. Could see him as a pinch runner today, maybe.
Pitch weakly chopped. Amaral's not going to have a play, and Jeb's just going to have to eat it. So it's an infield single. Bases loaded now for Cotuit. Single, single, single from 9-1 and 2, and CJ Kafis is going to step in with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
Yeah, this is a spot you really do want to be in if you're Cotuit. You got your 3-hole hitter Kafis out of Miami, who's got the bases loaded here. Here comes Eric Beatty. Typically you see Beatty on a pitching change, and that may be the case right now.
Wonder who's warm. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I didn't see anybody throwing for much period of time besides, well, now Connor O'Halloran started to throw.
I'm not sure if they're going to yank Amaral here as much as it's going to be. Yes, they are. So how about that? Amaral goes 1 2/3.
Yeah.
And is going to leave the bases loaded.
And I think it's because a left-hander is coming up to the plate by the name of Kafis, and you want your left-hander who's really dominant via the strikeout against left-handed hitting to come into the ball game.
Well, O'Halloran pitched against Cotuit last week, and he was quite good. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll set the scene. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 2 already in for the Kettleers. They lead 3-1 on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
We all have obstacles, challenges at different points in life. I still push myself every single day, and the harder I push myself, the more I find myself drawn to wearing UFOs. The first time I put on a pair of UFOs, it was like someone released the pressure. It was so crazy. When you are recovered and can do more, that has a compounding effect on all aspects of your life. Stepping into a pair of UFOs, they're truly one of a kind. There's nothing like them.
Best ever? Good question. Wait, why do you sound like Dr. J in your head? I've always sounded like Dr. J in my head, which means Dr. J's outside voice sounds like my inside voice? Which Coke? The doc would know. He got the world to call him doctor without going to med school. There's only one best ever.
Diet Coke? Were you my mom?
You should be so lucky, because you know what moms do? Well, I suppose we should start with the whole giving you life thing. It seems like that should be enough. No? Okay. What about her ability to send shockwaves through the neighborhood without saying a word? Or whip up a ridiculous handmade costume that you forgot to tell her about? Not to make you happy, but because she had a reputation to uphold. She invented rideshare, called it carpool, and did it for free. She didn't need those dating apps either. You copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music.
Why not?
Oh, and she can win any argument in 4 words.
Because I said so.
Everything you're trying to do, she's already done it, did it better, and she did it with a Diet Coke in her hand. So, drink what your mama gave you.
That chip on the shoulder, that started at a very, very young age. People's expectations are, they're cool, they're fun, but mine are bigger.
When you play in New York, they want to see winners. It doesn't matter if it's a Monday or a Friday or a Saturday. You got to come with it, or those fans will let you know.
Pick one thing from me.
Swing and a miss there on the first pitch to Kafis, and Connor O'Halloran, welcome to the game, and welcome back. Bases loaded, 2 outs with 2 already in for Cotuit. O'Halloran can give you length, as he did start at Michigan, so.
Yeah, he was their guy.
Yes, he was their guy.
Their Friday night guy.
0-1 pitch to CJ Kafis, breaking ball, swing and a miss, the count 0-2. So just to catch you up, Loma Fida started the inning with a single. Pearson homered. Then Park and Harlan both went down via the ground out and the fly out respectively. Then a single from Wilkerson, single from Troy, single from Trice. Now here we stand. CJ Kafis down 0-2 in the count. It's a lefty-lefty matchup. Connor O'Halloran, the Mississauga, Ontario native, looking to get out of the inning unscathed. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Kafis, and it's low and away. Nice block by Ruiz.
Hello, Pancho Ruiz, saving another run right there. Look, 3-1 is not the end of the world, especially in the second inning. But if you're able to plate 2, 3 more here, you're in the same situation you were against Bourne in the last game the Harbor Hawks played. That's not a good spot to be in.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lefty on lefty. O'Halloran, and now time is called. O'Halloran in the July 12th tie against Cotuit, he went 3 innings, allowed 2 runs, both of them earned 1 hit, and that was on a 2-run homer by Tommy Troy. Struck out 6.
He was dominant in that game. He just hung 1 pitch to Tommy Troy, and if he can replicate that performance, the Hawks have a good chance at staying in this game.
The 1-2 pitch to Kafis, it's low and away, couldn't get Kafis to chase. The count 2-2. Well, O'Halloran's numbers are inflated by 2 bad games. The July 4th game at YD when he went only 2/3 of an inning and allowed 3 earned runs, and then the Bourne nightmare on July 9th.
Hope you see a change up here from O'Halloran on the 2-2. 33% chase rate from Kafis on the changeup.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs at 2-2, and Kafis did chase the changeup. How do you like that? He fouls it away.
Well, reading the scouting report right here, it's really, you can tell that O'Halloran has studied these reports and what Kafis does. O'Halloran has not thrown him a fastball yet that I could see. Attacking the breaking ball right now, and it's paying off well.
It's been that slider slash breaking ball early, and then you go to the changeup late. Might go back to the changeup again.
2-2 pitch incoming. There's a high fly ball to left. Cumming drifts back now, comes in, makes the catch. So Connor O'Halloran does his job and escapes any further damage, but to the tune of 2 runs, 5 hits, 3 left on. The Kettleers take a 3-1 lead after 1.5 on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
What are you looking forward to? Adding a takeout window.
And more locations.
Paying off my student loans.
Juggling my 4 small businesses and staying sane.
Raising my allowance.
Finishing my painting and starting the next one.
Catching a keeper. Catching anything.
Making the most of my retirement.
Checking my balance and hopefully having one.
Whatever you want for your family, your business, or your community, talk to us at Cape Cod 5 because we're looking forward to helping you.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not gonna have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Well, the Harbor Hawks responded from going down 1 in the first inning. How will they respond from going down 2 in the second? As Zach Chappell comes back in for his second inning of work, and he'll have to face 5, 6, and 7 for the Hawks, starting with one of the newest position players for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, and that is Braden Cumming, formerly of Bourne and currently of the Princeton Tigers.
You remember that one time that Hyannis played Cotuit and they got down 6-2 in the game? You guys remember that time?
Yeah, you weren't there.
No.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, guys. Well, that's the same game where the Harbor Hawks came back to make it 6-6.
My memory's full.
Oh,
I was told to remember it.
That honestly feels like a decade ago.
What about that thing in Texas?
I don't know because
between
it's full.
south
The
of Waco.
Alamo?
Okay.
Okay. Now I certainly don't remember the last Cotuit game.
No, yeah, you wouldn't. It was a whole week ago.
It feels like an eternity.
About a week ago.
Week ago.
Yeah, that's the case. Also, is Chappell's hair bleached? Is he that blonde, or the guy just a stylistic choice for the Cotuit Kettleers? Are you googling it right now?
I'm googling it right now.
Me too. Who's at the plate?
I think it's just that blonde. Braden Cumming hits it on the ground. It's botched at third by Harlan. He boots it, and Cumming reaches base.
Brendan Cumming has wasted no time getting acclimated to the Harbor Hawks after starting the year with the Bourne Braves.
Yeah.
Again, you're seeing the Harbor Hawks pick up these guys who other teams cut because of short-term solutions. And the Harbor Hawks have said, thank you very much. These guys can be everyday starters, and we're going to utilize them to the best of their ability. And Brendan Cumming is on base, and we'll see how the Hawks continue to respond here.
Dom Patelli comes in, 253 average, 3 homers, 11 RBIs, and this is his 28th game played with the team. He has been here from day one, and he has cemented himself as one of the best shortstops in the league. First pitch, Patelli takes a breaking ball, called low, but strike 1.
That's one of the better breaking balls we've seen this season. The problem with Chappell, he can't necessarily throw it consistently. If he misses from the left side with that, you pick up on it similar to the way the Harbor Hawks did against Carson Wisenhunt and Chatham. Oh, well, Hyannis can have a field day.
Hey, Wisenhunt was drafted in the 2nd round.
Yeah, he was.
He was projected to go number 16 overall in the last week, and unfortunately slipped all the way down to the Giants, late 2nd round, I believe.
Boy, how about Cam Collier, too?
That was a big slip. We talked about him, and he was a former Kettleer. I was thinking the same thing. The Reds are going to have to pay him probably well above slot value to get him to sign.
Yeah.
1-1 to Patelli. Chappell deals. Ooh, it comes inside, almost hits Dom, and the count.
That's the breaking ball again, and when Chappell throws it against the lefties and it breaks, that curve breaks inside, that strike, that ball might have been a strike there. Patelli ducks out of the way, but it curves back near the zone late. Really good pitch from Chappell.
2-1 pitch to Patelli. He cracks it in the air, foul down the left field line. The count will go 2-2.
Zach, does Dom Patelli got any power in that bat?
Well, he's shown it as of recently. He homered twice in Orleans not too long ago. He did homer against Cotuit back in game 5 or 6, I want to say. Those are his 3 home runs. The 2-2 runner off of first is coming, and the pitch is a breaking ball. Doesn't break in enough, a little bit high, and the count will run full.
Risky decision there from Dom Patelli to wait and watch that one, but it pays off in the end for the Harbor Hawks.
Patelli, his plate discipline has really turned a corner. He may still strike out quite a bit, but he works counts, and that's become super important. The 3-2 pitch to Patelli incoming, and he lines another one foul down the left field line. This is what he does. He will always give you the best effort possible at the plate.
Well, look at this crowd today.
Great crowd on hand on a
packed. I mean, the Patriot Cup.
Yes.
Yeah,
of course.
Harbor Hawks got to start winning. Got to start winning.
What are they? 2-1 this year?
Yeah.
3-2 payoff pitch. Patelli takes inside, ball 4.
That's
so
big time.
First 2 batters faced. Reach for the Harbor Hawks in the bottom of the second inning to bring up Pancho Ruiz, who, when we last saw him, hit his first home run of the year.
Well, that's where Dom Patelli's improved the most this year, is his plate discipline. He's really matured in that level, and that's something that he was trying to work on at Miami this year, and I'm glad to see that he's taken a major step forward in that department. He doesn't chase a lot. Even when his strikeouts happen, it's really on pitches that are in the zone.
Yeah.
Just a final note on Pancho. How often is it where you see a guy, or a final note on Dom, he has a higher average here than he's ever had in his baseball career as that pitch is taken up high 1-0. Patelli's up to 253. He only batted 249 at Miami. In a Woodback Collegiate Summer League, how often is it where you see a guy have his best ever season at the plate on Cape Cod?
Yeah. It's a hitter's league, right?
1-0 to Pancho Ruiz. Zach Chappell deals. Pancho takes inside 2-0.
How about the Harbor Hawks plate discipline? They're second in the league in walks taken, and you're seeing exactly why right here. Chappell is yet to miss poorly.
Yeah.
These are not balls that he's missing off the plate by 2 or 3 feet. He's got it exactly where he wants it, but Hyannis is just not chasing what Chappell's giving him.
2 balls, no strikes, nobody out. First and second for the Hawks. Zach Chappell out of the stretch, checks off second, deals, and it's wild. It gets away from the catcher, Loma Vida. Both runners advance.
You're welcome. You're welcome very much for that. Thank you, everybody. All right. Good night.
Drake, it's so good to have you.
A little broadcaster jinx right there.
So now second and third, nobody out, and the count 3-0 on Pancho
Red
Ruiz.
light, thanks for asking.
Yeah, I say red. Now, I don't want to bring up what happened the last time the Harbor Hawks, the bases loaded, nobody out.
Oh. All right, thanks there, Zach. Don't bring it up.
Don't
thanks
bring
for
it up,
alluding
but
to
at
it.
least mention it, right?
Yeah.
The 3-0 pitch, Chappell deals, and it's a strike at the nameplate. The count will go 3-1.
It's interesting. In the spring, Chappell had a lot of control issues. 24 walks in 41 innings is not great. I say a lot. I mean, it's sizable there compared to 31 earned runs, too. His ERA of 6.75 in a total of 19 games. But in the summer,
3-1, and Pancho takes a bit inside, ball 4.
But
so
in the summer, what's interesting about him and his control, last summer for North Shore in the NECBL, he only had 10 walks over the course of 26 and a third. So the guy's control has gotten better. He's had 2 walks coming in a day and 5 and a third, but now you've seen 2 straight walks here after they called it an error. So 3 errors on Cotuit now. You got to take advantage of that. But an error, 2 walks, the bases are juiced. Man, the Harbor Hawks got to take advantage, and Phil Matulia's got some power, right?
Phil the Thrill, 2 homers, 7 RBIs. Homered in Wareham Friday night. The Harbor Hawks went down 3-1 in the second. Now they have a chance to do some damage. Matulia, oh my goodness, that breaking ball is nasty when it hits.
After back-to-back walks, you may want to not swing at that pitch on the first pitch if you're at bat. A lot of times guys will just take until they get a strike after a couple walks like that, but for Phil, he's got good plate discipline. We'll see how he bounces back here down 0-1.
0-1 pitch to Matulia, lefty, breaking ball called a strike. Drake, you are right. When that breaking ball catches the plate, it is ridiculously tough to do anything against.
Right, again, it's one of the best that we've seen this season from any reliever. Again, the problem, when he misses, he's 50-50 with it. When he misses, it's just your casual hanging breaking ball.
The 0-2 pitch with the bases loaded, nobody out. Chappell deals, and it almost gets away again. The Harbor Hawks have already scored their 1 run tonight on a wild pitch.
That's a miss, but it's not a bad miss.
No.
That's a pitch you can get a lot of left-handed hitters chasing on 0-2. And with a left-hander at the plate, Matulia, he has to protect here and be aware that he could come back inside with a fastball.
1-2 pitch to Matulia. Chappell, lefty-lefty. Fires the pitch, and Matulia lines it right field, base hit. That's going to score coming. Rounding third is Patelli, the throw home, and it's a great throw. Patelli actually stops. It's an RBI single for Phil Matulia, and the Harbor Hawks cut it to 3-2.
Well, great credit there to Pearson in right field for an unbelievable throw that got immediately to Loma Vida at the home plate and saved Don Patelli coming home. But even better than that, with a piece of hitting from Phil Matulia, putting it in a sliver. I mean, you got to put that in the perfect spot down the right field side. He did that, executed what he was asked to do, and now you get Riku Nishida, and Riku has been something else. In his last 7 days, he's got a 391 OBP. This guy, first in the league in stolen bases with 20. He's the fastest player on the team, one of the best OBPs. I like him in this spot.
Well, the infield is playing as in as they can possibly get. First pitch to Riku, bases loaded, nobody out, and it's taken outside, ball 1.
Zach, remember that one time you said the Harbor Hawks had not played any high-scoring shootouts?
Yeah.
I feel like they've almost only played high-scoring shootouts since you said that.
That tends to happen. Well, the last time Riku Nishida faced the Kettleers, he almost hit it out of the yard.
Well, they might be expecting a bunt here. Everybody's as far in as they can be.
1-0 to Nishida. He'll take outside 2-0. Well, you can't pitch around Riku Nishida because he's not going to swing at anything.
Right. I don't think Riku would
bases
bunt
are loaded
here
either,
either,
so
right.
you really can't pitch around him.
I think for Nishida here, and you know he's thinking about it, if you just chop one over the third base side, you've got 2 runs scoring.
2-0 to Riku, and the pitch is fouled straight back to the screen. Drake, welcome back to the booth. I saw you flinch a little bit.
Well, he probably chased that one right there. It was a little high on Riku. Maybe they call it a strike because his zone, you'll see more than most players, his zone comes up above the belt a little bit. Happens for a lot of the shorter guys.
Well, it's been a fun one thus far. 3-2 our score. The Harbor Hawks bases loaded. Nobody out with one of the most difficult outs in the league, and Riku Nishida at the dish. Pitch, Riku chops it, foul, and the count will go 2-2. He hit it right off a home plate.
You see what he was trying to do right there. He's trying to come down on the baseball, bounce it as high as he can on the infield. Dominic Patelli has great speed at third base to try to get home. But if you can bounce that up over somebody's head, you're in business. If Riku can make you pay for playing in, he'll do it.
Well, Trotter Harlan's already booted one this inning, so
I like that idea.
Yes.
Let's boot another. Yeah, let's do that.
He's going to choke way up on the bat here, Riku.
Here's a 2-2 pitch. Nishida takes up high and the count runs full. So now you got to attack Riku Nishida, because if you miss, that walks the run and ties the game, and then you get the speed demon known as Riku Nishida on, where Mitch Jebb, if he hits one to the gap, that clears the bases easily.
And there's rapid action in the Kettleer bullpen, too.
The payoff pitch, the 3-2 to Nishida. Chappell deals, and Riku weakly chops it. Charging, coming home, the throw. It gets away from the catcher, Loma Vida, and that will score a run. Pancho, oh boy, we might have a situation on the base bats here. Riku's got to go all the way back to first. Now we got a rundown, and here's a play coming home. Now caught up is Pancho. There's an out at third, so let's see what they score here. The game is tied.
Now, that is going to be on Philip Matulia for trying to go to third base. The best case scenario is Riku Nishida at second, Philip Matulia at third when that happens. Pancho Ruiz is not the fastest guy out of those three. So now instead of Pancho at third, Riku at second, you get Riku, the fastest guy on Cape Cod, in scoring position. Philip Matulia, great speed at third base. Pancho Ruiz, sorry for your bad luck on that one. It's Philip's fault. But in the end, you got 2 speedy guys at second and third, nobody out. And is that the 4th error today by the Cotuit Kettleers?
It might be. Well, credit to Pancho for...
Pancho, he gave himself up. Pancho gave himself up.
He had to.
Yes.
I mean, now what happened, Matulia saw Beatty waving Pancho around, and then he held him up. Now, Matulia just put his head down and started running. He didn't pick up Coach Beatty as Poncho retreated to the bag, and they did the right thing there because if Matulia and Ruiz are both over there on third, you'd be looking at a pair of outs.
Right.
So nice job there by Matulia to retreat.
I think Beatty, he's having that conversation right now with Matulia, kind of going back over signs and some stuff as well. And in that situation, there's so much going on. You're not thinking, how fast is the guy ahead of me? Right. That's not the first thing on the forefront of your mind in that scenario. And you can see both those guys are still talking about it over there at third base. But in the scenario where Phil Matulia has two guys hung up at third base, the best case is that he ends up at third, Riku at second. The Harbor Hawks get the benefit of the doubt there, even though one out's back on the board, and Mitch Jebb comes up.
And normally, it said, okay, Matulia did the right thing. He picked up his coach, and he put his head down and ran hard. Right. But in this situation, you kind of have to pick up your coach the whole way to see what's happening in front of you. So not worst case scenario. The game's tied once again. So
hey, again.
After all of that.
Life imitates art. The Cotuit Kettleers imitate the Hyannis Harbor Hawks.
Run-scoring fielder's choice, and, you know, for the last week, the Harbor Hawks, whenever they win, Cotuit wins. Whenever they lose, Cotuit loses. Whenever Cotuit scores.
All right, so we have some guys confused about some things. Pablo Ortiz is talking to the umpire in the middle of the field. Phil Matulia is confused. Everybody is confused, and I can't imagine that they're trying to send Matulia. Could they be trying to send Matulia back to the dugout? Now, there is the whole scenario where if somebody touches second and the other guy doesn't touch second, and there's two guys on something.
I don't think that's it.
Touching second.
I think they would have figured that out before the mound visit.
Likely so.
But I don't know.
It looks like Beatty's visibly frustrated at something. I'm sorry for hitting the desk. I got
so Matulia's off at third. He's talking to the third base umpire. I'm not particularly sure what the call is here.
Yeah, I don't know. Beatty's got the hat off.
Kevin Kaufman is talking to Matulia. So either way,
that's who that is. It looked a lot like Kevin Kaufman. I was wondering. I'm glad we know that it's Kevin Kaufman.
So Riku is standing off a second. I think he's the only guy where he stands on the base bat's not going to be affected.
I'm not really worried about Matulia either.
Well,
so what's the conversation?
And now Beatty's pointing at Riku. So I'm wondering. Pablo was obviously frustrated about something at home plate. So now the umpire.
I don't think it had anything to do with
base
the
runners?
guys on the base runner. I think he said something to Pablo. I don't really know what it was. Maybe something about a mound visit.
Yeah.
Could be.
That's possible as well.
So now Mike Roberts is going to talk.
I think Pablo took his helmet off. The umpire said, hey, man, you need a haircut. And that's where all this started.
So now Mike Roberts is talking to Rick Emerson, first base umpire. Surprisingly.
I think this conversation's going. Hey, man, you can't say that about his haircut.
Okay.
What? I know.
Well,
you can't say it about his haircut.
Throughout all of that, they're keeping Chappell in the game. Even though Roberts came out a full mound meeting.
Yeah, it was a really long mound
Roberts makes most of his mound visits. He's the guy who does most of that for the Kettleers. I don't really think they have a pitching coach that trots out there.
So maybe, do you think Beatty and Pablo are making the case? I don't know how they can make a case for a pitching
fired
change.
up off at third. I don't know about what.
It looks like he's
I don't know
fake
what
fired up,
about.
like he's imitating something. Now he's firing the bullpen up out there.
Is he doing the whole Russell Crowe from Gladiator? How are you not entertained?
We'll have to talk with the official scorer next storeroom between innings, try to get an update on what the conversation.
We'd like to get his name too. He's scored things so well today so far. Would really.
Okay, so now Roberts comes back out.
Yep, we have an official call from the scorekeeper. So Austin's going to grab that now, and again, I'd love to get that guy's name. He's been so spectacular tonight. At every turn, every tough play, the guy's been on top of stuff, scoring things for us. So they're going to have a ruling here as Roberts is still on the field chatting it up with the umpire. You see the bottom right of your screen, the umpire's back. There's another umpire talking to some Cotuit players in the middle of the field.
Okay, so news.
All right, what do you got there, Austin?
Well, first run there, unearned. Other one is earned.
Okay.
Actually, the other part of the news, he has no idea what the conversation is about.
Okay.
But we may have some speculation that it has to do with some runner's interference. I didn't see Matulia come in contact with somebody, but
maybe it was Poncho.
No, it wasn't Poncho. Now they're calling.
Now they're going to meet on the mound.
They're going to meet again, so the umpires are going to continue to meet, and not sure about what. I guess the best guess is that there might be some form of interference that they're arguing.
Possibly, and there was no signal given either. You didn't see either of the umpires try to pull runners off the bases, and Riku's still at second. Philip Matulia has
now the conference is over.
Yeah, he's now moved to the coach, but also it's Joe. Joe is the scorekeeper today. Credit to him with the Cape Cod Baseball League. That guy, he's been spectacular.
Man, he's been sharper than attack.
And I don't know if it's interference because Mike Roberts didn't argue anything. He just went and made a mound visit.
Well, Roberts had a smile on his face.
There was no conversation prior to the mound visit. There was no conflict.
It only started when the mound visit was over. And then Phil Matulia, Pablo Ortiz over at first was the one who brought it up.
There's an 8-minute delay, and they're going to allow Zach Chappell to take warm-up pitches now because the delay lasted so long.
The funniest part about this is not a single person besides the umpires or the coaches know what's happening right now.
Right.
Not the scorekeeper, not a single person on the sideline, not us up here.
No signal was given.
No. Nobody knows.
You think Pablo came over and said, hey, how long can we cause chaos and confuse everybody?
Well, after all of that, unlike in Cotuit, the lights are on here.
Yeah.
First pitch to Mitch Jebb, breaking ball outside 1-0.
Wow. Yeah, that conversation at Cotuit goes a lot sharper. Hey, guys, this. All right, sweet. You play in the lights there. Luckily tonight, not going to be an issue for the Harbor Hawks. These lights, unlike Wareham's, work just fine.
So after everything that happened, Matulia is off of third, Riku is off of second. A run likely scores both the 1-0. Jebb chops it down the first baseline foul.
Yeah, nobody is safe in the light conversation here at McKeon Ballpark.
Well, it's interesting because you're playing Jebb in. Jebb typically doesn't hit that many choppers.
Well, his infield single the first time was a chopper.
Doesn't typically hit that many.
They're not worried about that. I mean, they just need to prevent the game from being no longer tied.
Yeah.
Right.
So they'll take a screamer right at him if he keeps the ball in the infield.
Yeah.
Lefty, the 1-1 to Jebb. Chappell deals breaking ball, driven to center field and deep. Park back, way back, it's over his head, and it is over the wall on a bounce. It's a ground rule double.
Mitch Jebb. Spectacular piece of hitting. The infield is in. The outfield is in. Everybody is expecting something soft on the ground or a chopper in the infield. We were expecting a chopper on the infield. Mitch Jebb says, I'll put it over your center fielder's head. How do you do? Harbor Hawks on top by multiple runs now, 5-3.
Mitch Jebb getting to extract some revenge on his former team. A bases clearing RBI 2-run double. The dugout loves it. The bullpen loves it. And the Harbor Hawks have taken a 5-3 lead, and that's going to be it for Zach Chappell. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, the new pitchers shall be greeted, and it's a 5-3 lead in Hyannis.
Traffic is treacherous. There's a fender bender on the pike. Gonna be a wicked commute. The expressway's backed up to the gas tanks. Gridlock. Crawl. Snarl. Jamma. Bottleneck. Log jam. 128 is a parking lot. You'll be late for supper tonight.
Keeping your car road ready is what we do best. At Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there.
Hey, we get you there too.
Having a 5G phone that's not on T-Mobile makes as much sense as playing ice hockey. Using pool noodles. Get out of the penalty box with 5G coverage like this. T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. T-Mobile, more 5G bars in more places. Another reason T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
Bronk.
What up, TB?
What do you think my next move should be? Give it to me straight. Maybe it's just time I hang him up.
I got one word for you. Retirement. If you retire now, you're gonna be walking on soft sand in a week. Just come to Florida and feel the wind in your hair. Retirement is like winning another one. Maybe I'll even join you.
On a spotty network, this is what Tom heard.
If you retire now, you're soft and weak. Just come to Florida and win another one. Maybe I'll even join you.
Just go win another one.
Like it's that easy, Gronk. Maybe it is. I still feel like I have a lot to accomplish. My goal is to win one more. And Gronk's coming with me.
I'm retired from retiring? Mom, where are my football pants?
Don't trust big decisions to just any network. Go with T-Mobile, the GOAT in 5G.
And I'm not soft or weak either.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
My family earns respect.
My family clears bases.
My family breaks records.
My family wins MVPs.
My family gives everything.
Well, the new pitcher is Cameron Wagoner, who has to face off against Mike Sirota. First pitch, a high fastball called strike. Zach Berman, Austin Dakuta, Drake Toll. The Harbor Hawks a 5-3 lead after a go-ahead 2-run ground rule double by Mitch Jebb. Serves as the tiebreaker, and Jebb off of second, no stranger to stealing bases. Pitch, and Sirota lines it right field. That's going to drop, base hit. Jebb rounds third and will actually be held up, and the throw gets away from the catcher, unbelievably so. Now the play at the plate is in time.
Yeah.
What a play by Cam Wagoner, who was shadowing Loma Vida. The throw got behind Loma Vida, and Wagoner underhand flipped it to get out Jebb at the plate to keep this game from going 6-3.
Your average 9-2-1 put out at the plate, fielder's choice, single for Sirota.
Letter soup, yeah. First and foremost, great piece of hitting from Mike Sirota. Again, does something with nothing. A lot of times he gets a pitch that's not a great pitch to hit. He still gets a hit out of it. Mitch Jebb there doesn't get his league-leading 27th run because of the great hustle from Wagoner. We've seen plenty of pitchers that give up on that play.
They don't.
On
They don't.
No, they don't. They don't.
Just don't. But
Wagner was selling out for his team right there. A lot of credit to that young man.
And what the biggest takeaway there, that run isn't even his, it's on the bases. So he could have just said, no thank you. If that scores, oh well.
Oh, and look, great decision to send Mitch Jebb.
No, I agree.
9 times out of 10, that's safe right there. I'm fine with that decision because it's paid off so many times for the Harbor Hawks this year. Even today, where the Cotuit Kettleers have missed throws. They've got 2 errors on the board. Yeah.
Now 1-0 to Cole McConnell. This has been some inning.
Yeah.
The 1-0 to McConnell, swing and a miss on the nice breaking ball.
Wouldn't you know, both outs have come via the base pass, too. They haven't even been balls that were put in play. Both outs, Ponjo Ruiz thrown out over to Pickle at third base, and now Mitch Jebb thrown out at home.
Well then, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs to Cole McConnell. 4 runs on the board for the Harbor Hawks in this inning. They lead 5-3. Wagoner checks off of second, working out of the stretch. And the pitch, McConnell weakly chops it, foul, 1-2. This has been one of the more unconventional innings, I would say.
Would you say that you are Joe Tessitore?
It's only the second inning. We can't go there yet.
No,
Yes,
I
we
think,
can.
yeah, you are still Joe Tessitore. It
8
happens every time you
runs
call a
on
game.
10 hits, 3 errors, and we're only in the
Yeah.
bottom of the second inning where
Nothing.
we've seen 8 throwaways.
Nothing ever makes sense
No.
when Zach Berman's on the call.
Well, what does make sense is Mike Sirota's off a second. The 1-2 pitch way up high, 2-2.
Will you just give me one weird game? Can I just have one of the freaky games that you've gotten this season?
I
Is
feel
that a
like
no?
you've had 1 or 2 of them. Haven't you?
Probably. We've all had a couple, but geez, man, every time you're on play-by-play,
Let's
things
see.
go nuts.
The Brewster game.
Yeah.
4th of July at YD.
That was fun.
2-2 pitch to McConnell, rips it, and it is just a hair foul down the right field line.
He had a good look at it. It was right at the
Yes.
first base umpire's feet, so tough to argue that.
I mean, it's a shame you can't get the Rocco Pepe treatment on the fair
Remember
foul
that?
ruling.
Yeah, I do. That was a while ago,
That was a Chatham doubleheader. Feels like an eternity ago, as Drake would say. I was 16 back then.
Yeah.
2-2 pitch, righty to lefty. Wagoner checks off second and deals. McConnell rips it the other direction, foul.
Hey.
And caught by the ball boy.
Nice catch by the ball boy right there. Very
Off
nice.
the
hit.
ricochet. Yeah, no, that's...
Hyannis is known for the largest scoreboard in East Massachusetts and the best ball boys this side of the Mississippi.
No, you should have seen him at Orleans the other
Yeah.
day, Drake. They were beating each other up.
That one's going.
I did.
That one's going on top of the fireplace.
The ball boy brawl is what they called it of 2022. Been talking about that one for years.
2-2 pitch to McConnell, and he fouls another one away.
Look, Cole McConnell, what has been his biggest kryptonite? The
Strikeouts.
strikeout. The strikeout. Right here, you're seeing him fight through a 2-strike count, fight through this at-bat, staying alive. You hear the dugout, the
They
bullpen.
want the ball boy.
Oh, they want to. They made the ball boy wave at the. They made the ball boy wave at the bullpen. They were all screaming, "Ball boy, ball boy!" He gave them what they wanted.
2-2 pitch, and McConnell off the inside part of the bat. Could be a tough play to throw to first in time from Trotter Harlan, but what a weird, wacky, crazy inning that was. The Harbor Hawks bring 8 guys to the plate, and on a barrage of walks and hits, there were 3 of them. 4 runs scored. The Harbor Hawks take a 5-3 lead to the 3rd inning on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
What are you looking forward to?
Adding a takeout window.
And more locations.
Paying off my student loans.
Juggling my 4 small businesses and staying sane.
Raising my allowance.
Finishing my painting and starting the next one.
Catching a keeper. Cashing anything.
Making the most of my retirement.
Checking my balance and hopefully having one.
Whatever you want for your family, your business, or your community, talk to us at Cape Cod 5 because we're looking forward to helping you.
This is your time to change your career, to advance your skills, to follow your dream. Curry College Continuing and Graduate Studies. Tomorrow is coming. Be ready.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Top of the 3rd inning, here is Connor O'Halloran, comes back in after, how long was that inning? It felt pretty long.
Total of calculated we've been here for an hour and 7 minutes since first pitch alone. We've been here setting things up for the broadcast since 9 a.m. as we do for every home game.
Back Tyler Johnson hits it on the ground. Riku Nishida, a little sidearm flip in time, and for the first time this game, the Harbor Hawks get the leadoff guy out.
Hey, very nicely done, Connor O'Halloran. Look, I'll say it. I don't know if I was completely sold on Connor O'Halloran's first couple outings. You're wondering, all right, Friday night guy from Michigan, when's he going to get into his own groove? And he's there. His last outing was crisp. This outing so far, through 2 outs, has been crisp. I really like how comfortable Connor O'Halloran is.
Caleb Lomavita steps in and drives it to left center field. On his horse, McConnell makes the catch. 2 down.
Look, hit it where they ain't, man. It's a great piece of hitting right there, but Connor O'Halloran knows exactly what he's doing. Maybe I don't strike you out, but I get you. I mean, it's an out nonetheless.
Well, how about after you're sitting for 30 minutes, you come back 2 pitches, I think, and 2 outs or so?
We saw Jonathan Fincher do that earlier this year. 3-pitch inning.
Yeah.
He had like a 25-minute bottom of the 3rd, comes back on the top of the 4th and goes, 3 pitches.
Well, after the bottom of the 2nd, you might have a smile so big you need to see a dentist.
What?
What's that?
Zach, I like it. I'm glad to be back.
I'm not sure where I was going with that one.
I don't
Josh
know
Pearson,
either. That's okay.
Well, the first time he came up, he hit one a mile.
Do we have a dentist that's a sponsor that I don't know about?
I think the reference is our cameraman Mike has a dentist appointment tomorrow.
That's the reference.
That's been a conversation here in the booth today.
Yet.
Have you not? Okay.
No.
Well, Mike's got an appointment he's got to cancel.
1-0 pitch, breaking ball called a strike. The count 1-1.
So Zach, I think you were paying homage to Mike's dentist appointment. Maybe that
Just
was
wasn't particularly well done.
That's fine. That happens. We have 44 games this season.
1-1 there.
Hello. That's a strike in all 48 continental, Hawaii, Alaska, and Guam.
Count 2-1.
Well, you don't like that, Mike?
I mean, even the scoreboard has it at 1-2, but it's 2-1, the pitch. And now it's 2-2, so it's fouled away.
That didn't feel very good.
Pearson, that was only his 8th hit of the season.
Yeah.
And that's one he'll remember, as he hit it into the trees on a line. That was
retrieve the ball for him, so we get to take that home.
Yeah.
That was a shot and a half.
Jim was out there cutting the poison ivy out of the ground. And you get to the ball out there. It's interesting. All of that nature, all of that land is it's a natural habitat for so many animals that you can't really touch it. So out of the poison ivy stuff growing.
2-2 pitch, and it's fouled off the end of the bat by Pearson. We stay 2-2.
You got to leave most of it. So credit to Jim Hurley, who actually today went out to our camera in center field. It has to be set up every game, and did. He cut poison ivy out of the ground so that all of our crew can get safely into the outfield.
2-2 pitch, and it's taken up high. Man, I can't stand poison ivy. I think I was in 4th grade, 5th grade.
Zach, I don't think I've ever met someone who could stand poison ivy. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, my next door neighbor lit a whole bunch of it on fire, and it blew into our backyard.
Zach, what?
Whole family wound up with poison ivy because the next door neighbor just blowtorched his whole supply of poison ivy. The 3-2 pitch is in the dirt, ball 4.
Zach, your neighbor blowtorched poison ivy, and your whole family caught poison ivy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, how old were you?
I was 4th, 5th grade.
Yeah. All right. Like 10.
Well, luckily you haven't ventured out there to get any yet.
No. PSA: don't set your poison ivy on fire.
Yeah.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah. They should have commercials about that. You know, like the Fish On commercials, but for poison ivy.
First pitch is Eddie Park takes a called strike, the count 0-1. It's good, Drake. It's so good to have you back.
Don't burn your poison ivy. I'm glad to be back.
Do not
also
torch
never burn poison ivy.
your poison ivy. Runner off of first for Park. Lefty to lefty. O'Halloran deals, runner goes, pitch taken in. Poncho throw to second. It's a good one, but it's a little bit late.
Yeah, he's got to get that up a little bit more. It was on a hop, and it was to the left of the bag. So it's not going to be able to, even on a bounce, for Patelli to slap the tag down.
Right.
You can bounce it in, but you have to get it to that right side of the bag. That way you can just slap the tag on the runner. So not a bad throw by any means, but if you can just get that one to the right a little more, you have a chance.
These Kettleers do steal a lot, not as much as the Harbor Hawks, as the pitch is taken up 2-1. For the longest time, Cotuit was on top of the league in
now in stolen bases. They're 4th. They've got 50. Hyannis came into this game with 69.
Well, you mentioned Enrique Bradfield. He stole 46 bags for Vandy this year, so he's going to add to that stolen base total for Cotuit once he joins the team, as the pitch is taken just outside the count. Now 3-1 to
Talk
Eddie
about
Park.
that throw, too. Poncho brought his arm all the way back. Sometimes you got to shorten that throw up as the catcher. Guy in high school I played high school baseball with, Jaden Lazuski, short arms. Elite catcher. Why? Short. He just short-armed that ball as hard as he could and accurately every time.
3-1 pitch to Park, and it's in the strike zone, swung on and missed. I don't think Park was particularly happy that he missed it. It was up in the zone, just a little bit high, but Park seemed to jump out of the way like, oh man, I should have had that.
Yeah, I think he was upset that he got a strike.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner off a second. O'Halloran checks off a second. Lefty, and the pitch. Line to left field, that is hooking foul.
Tough
break
pitch,
for
though.
Park.
Yeah, good pitch by O'Halloran. One that you might want to bury just a bit more on the hands now. 3-2. First base is open, but you don't want to really extend this inning any longer.
Right.
You also, I wouldn't go back to the fastball. Park hits fastballs well, so I'd go with that slider. That's really his strikeout pitch, and one that he relies on pretty heavily.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 5-3 Hawks. Top of the 3rd inning, and what's been a fun one thus far. O'Halloran deals a 3-2 high fly ball left center field, coming under it, makes the catch, inning over. So, Connor O'Halloran works in and out of trouble, no runs, no hits, 1 left on through 2.5 innings of play. 5-3 Hawks on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, you need a partner, not just an agent. For over 50 years, Gibson Sotheby's International Realty has set the standard in excellence and performance. A seasoned team that has thrived throughout all markets. Our agents live and work in your neighborhood and understand you. We are over 170 agents strong, backed by an in-house marketing team and global reach that is second to none.
From studios to penthouses, purchasing to renting, our team provides unparalleled real estate services.
This is your time to change your career, to advance your skills, to follow your dream. Curry College continuing in graduate studies. Tomorrow is coming. Be ready.
I'm defeated, feel mistreated. I'm so angry, I'm singing a song. 'Cause I'm paying so much for home internet, and that's just wrong.
I've got T-Mobile home internet. I feel happy.
Great.
Very happy.
Good for you.
Look how much money I'm saving right now.
Wait, really?
There's no hidden fees, no price hikes, one cord.
Bro, wow.
Internet without BS.
Well, it's the bottom of the third inning here at Judy Walden Scarfile Field. The weather has gotten to be quite nice once the sun starts to go down. Zach Berman, Austin Dakuda, our resident masked bandit Drake Toll. First pitch taken low by George Corona. Flew out to right field in the ninth, in the bottom of the first.
Trying to be safe, you know, keep everybody safe today, following league protocols. So that's always a fun thing to do.
Cam Wagner in for his first full inning of work. This would be his third at bat that he's faced. The 1-0 pitch. Corona swings and misses. 1-1. Now it's a 5-3 game, and if Wagner didn't make that heads-up play, it'd be 6-3.
Yeah, that's true. And get this.
Yeah.
If Corona hits a home run right here,
it would
it'd
also
be 6-3. And if the next guy hits a home run.
1-1 pitch. Corona takes outside and away. 2-1. Two balls, one strike as you get the sounds of the ballpark here on a Tuesday night in Hyannis. 2-1 pitch to Corona. He takes low, the count 3-1. Cam Wagner, this past season at Eastern Michigan, actually did not play in 2022.
Oh, wow.
Struck out 56 batters, only walked 22 in 18 games with Eastern Michigan. 3-1 to Corona, righty-righty. Wagner deals up and in, ball 4.
So if Eastern Michigan, if Central Michigan is the Chippewas, what is Eastern Michigan?
I believe, oh man, I forget off the top of my head they're the Eagles. I just had to look that up.
Oh, sweet. And then Western Michigan, that's easy.
Is the Broncos.
Yeah.
Well.
Can of corn there. Austin Dakuda.
Yep.
You were almost on it.
Well, listen to this.
I let Mr. Berman, he's the
listening to this. What do you got there, Zach?
Expert.
Well, Cam Wagner, as Braden Cummings steps up to the plate. Wagner actually started the year with the Wareham Gatemen. There's a swing and a miss by Cumming, who
are not on Cape Cod.
Reached on an E5 and scored his first time up.
I'm sure he's happy to be spending his summer on the Cape now.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Righty to righty, runner off of first. The 0-1 to Cumming. Takes up high, ones across the board.
Wareham Gateman. So that's what Max Muncy said. You know, it was the only downside of being in Wareham. Didn't get to experience a lot of time on the Cape.
Yeah. Well, we'll all be in Wareham at some point this weekend for the
the
All-Star
game.
Yeah, I can't wait.
We'll be in Wareham on Saturday, but more importantly, the 1-1 pitch taken, called a strike on the inside part of the plate.
Yeah.
1-2.
7 Harbor Hawks? Was that correct? 7 Harbor Hawks?
Well, we'll be up bright and early
Mac
tomorrow.
Delcoto's the starter?
I believe
yes,
so.
He
And
is.
Volker you can expect to see pitch as well. They're both going to pitch tomorrow.
What is it, 1 inning of the All-Star game? Every guy gets 1 inning probably?
The 1-2 pitch, runner off of first. Wagner deals, and it's a swing and a miss. Nice high outside fastball to get down. Braden Cumming, 1 down in the third. Well, you mentioned Mac Delcoto. He will be starting tomorrow, and we'll be up bright and early. And
5:45 a.m.
At 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, we will be live at Dunkin' Donuts Park in the insurance capital of the world, Hartford, Connecticut.
That's what they know it as.
As the Harbor Hawks are set to face off against their next-door neighbors in the YD Red Sox.
I'm going to file my taxes while we're in Hartford.
First pitch to Dom Patelli, taken outside, 1-0.
The tax capital of Connecticut. What do you want from me? And they have the Red Hawks there from the Hartford University. Played the Baylor Bears in the 2021 basketball season where Baylor won a national title.
Soon to be Division III. Hartford.
Yeah, isn't that a shame?
1-0 to Dom. He rips it, and it gets past the glove of Kafis into right field. Corona chugging to third. The throw cut off, and the Harbor Hawks have runners in the corners.
They may have did you a favor by cutting that throw off.
George Corona has a lot of size. Not elite speed, but decent speed for his size. If that throw's not cut off, you might be looking at Corona thrown out at third base, but pays off all right for the Harbor Hawks. They successfully put men on the corners with only one down, but Pancho Ruiz is not quite your guy that you want for the squeeze play. He's the guy you want for, you see that chimney out there in left field about 600 feet from us?
Rolled a single, by the way.
That's what we want for old Pancho, who does have a home run now. That team got ponchoed. That was Orleans that got ponchoed?
Yes, it was Orleans that got ponchoed.
Man, they're not very good at the whole playing the Harbor Hawks thing.
First pitch for Ruiz, right into the screen, 0-1. Orleans is 0-3 against the Hawks this season.
Yeah. I think the Hawks in 2 trips to Eldridge Park put up 17 runs,
yeah, something like that. Yeah, 9 and then 8, and they allowed 2, I believe. I think it was
4.
Or no, you're right.
It was 4 the first game and then 1 the second game.
That's right. I can't do the math, man.
It's okay. You're still getting back into it.
Yeah.
A 1 pitch to Pancho, and he flies in the air right center field, shallow. Wilkerson under it, and he makes the catch, 2 down.
Yeah, unfortunately, not deep enough to tag there for Corona. And if you're Pancho Ruiz, just get under it a bit. If you can get that out, lifted more to the outfield, or maybe deeper in the gap, it's a chance you get a run in. But unfortunately, the pop-up to second won't get it done. But at least you pass the baton to a guy who's done it tonight, and it looked good in his only plate appearance.
Matulia, single in the second. Ended up scoring on the 2-run double by Mitch Jebb. That's a difference maker right now. Runners on the corners. Corona off of third, Patelli off of first. First pitch, Patelli goes, pitch taken, ball 1, and there's not a play, so Patelli will steal the extra base. So now a runner, with runners in second and third, a base hit scores 2.
Another big thank you to Mike Maynard, who's running the camera there. He's got all the great shots from the infield to the outfield for the Harbor Hawks. Not missing an inch of the action tonight.
1-0, the count to Matulia. Wagner deals. Matulia checks his swing. Did he go around? I don't think he did. The count 2-0 on Phil. So listen to this. You mentioned that the Harbor Hawks 3-0 against Orleans.
True.
Cotuit is the last team and the only team in the league the Harbor Hawks have not beaten yet this season.
Wow. That's a fun statistic, fun fact.
The Harbor Hawks, still, this is only their 4th game against the Kettleers, so they still have 2 more in the regular season.
We've been told it's a rivalry game, too, by the way.
Patriot Cup.
Patriot Cup.
What a day it would be to beat the Kettleers.
Battle of
to
Barnstable.
jump them in the division.
Yeah.
First place is on the line tonight.
And if YD loses, first place in the league.
YD tied with Harwich 5-5 at Red Wilson Field. The 2-0 to Matulia. Doesn't get the green light, called a strike, count 2-1.
Thank you to Ella Gibson, Abby Stokes, who are running the show behind the scenes today. Got the beautiful ticker going up there telling you which Hawks are hot. A new scoreboard, the big bright H in the top right. Just a beautiful look here at McKeon Ballpark.
2-1, second and third, 2 outs. The pitch to Matulia, breaking ball, called a strike. On the inside part of the plate, 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on.
Zach, what do you do if you're Phil Matulia here?
Don't strike out.
All right. That is good advice.
Put the ball in play and good things will happen. The 2-2 pitch to Matulia, and he swings and misses on the breaking ball. So Cam Wagner works in and out of danger. Had runners in the corners, 1 out. Couldn't push any across for the Harbor Hawks, and through 3 innings of play, 5-3 are scores. The Harbor Hawks lead on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
When you need a better place to work, CapeSpace is the place to turn. In today's changing work environment, shared workspaces offer a flexible and affordable alternative to conventional office space. At CapeSpace, we offer a wide range of membership packages to suit your professional needs, complete with office amenities like high-speed Wi-Fi, coffee, printing stations, reception service, and private meeting rooms. Visit our website today to learn more.
UFOS Active Recovery. Because life keeps you on your toes. Because you want to shine when you rise. UFOM technology absorbs impact with every step, so your body doesn't have to. Because standing still gets you nowhere. Get yours today at ufos.com. Feel better. Feel the U.
Connor O'Halloran back in for his second full inning of work. He's gone 1 1/3 thus far. Zach Berman, Austin Nakuda, Drake Dahl, Bria Losick will be joining us at some point. She's actually over in the skybox with John Garner's national crew.
Yeah. Those guys.
Shout out to them and the incredible job they've done this season.
Covering the game on the New England Sports Network, I believe. That is that right?
I believe it's WEI, if I'm not mistaken. They did have a
I actually thought I did think it was Nesson. I didn't.
Nesson had the game in Chatham on Sunday night.
Good distinction. Glad we cleared that one away. So sorry that I'm flashing my ignorance there.
Hello, Tommy Troy back up to start, or excuse me, as Trotter Harlan. Two very different people. First pitch fouled away. 8, 9, and 1 here in the top of the 4th inning of a 5-3 game. O'Halloran working fast, the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Count 0-2.
Seems like he's really had his changeup working for him tonight. I know he's had the slider or the breaking ball. I'm not sure what he would call it, maybe a slurve, but the changeup in conjunction with that pitch has been big time.
0-2 pitch, O'Halloran deals, swing and a miss.
There it is.
There's the breaking pitch again, and on 3 pitches, O'Halloran retires Trotter Harlan for out number 1.
Yeah, it looked like the slider, I'd call that, and it was just in on the hands of Harlan, kind of right below the belt. It wasn't really buried too much, but nice pitch there by O'Halloran with some movement on it and a good start to the inning.
Colby Wilkerson singled in the 2nd. He's 1 for 1. O'Halloran deals the first pitch. Wilkerson takes up high. 1-0.
Crowd is still in full force here, despite almost an hour and a half we've been playing this ball game here. Pretty long one.
1-0 pitch, Wilkerson misses a little bit outside.
Yeah, good off speed, didn't miss by much. But it's interesting too. I've seen a couple fans in Bourne hats. I've seen some YD merch here.
A couple of the fans in the Bourne gear is actually Coach Eric Beatty's parents.
Wow.
Well, that will.
Well, I saw like a 11-year-old in the Bourne hat. I don't think that's Eric Beatty's parent.
2-0 pitch, and it's foul tipped into the glove of Poncho by Wilkerson.
Well, projecting a little bit.
Of course, the Kettleers coming from across Barnstable. Their fans will show up, and
a little bit of acrobatics there from Zach Berman as well.
A wire caught on my foot. Not trying to take out the whole broadcast. The 2-1 breaking ball called a strike. 2-2.
Great breaking ball there. All right. This is a sheet of paper that we've been handed here that says broadcasters.
It's like some sponsors.
I don't think that's, is that?
2-2 pitch, high fly ball center field. McConnell drifting back, makes a catch. 2 down.
Yeah, I don't believe that is, that's for the broadcasters from the, they've handed the New England Sports Network sheet to us instead, so that's not us.
To say.
All right, it's a bit above our pay grade. We're going to send that back across the way to the national broadcast.
Tommy Troy steps into the batter's box, already 2 for 2 today. Single in the 1st, single in the 2nd. First pitch to Troy, and did that get him on the foot? Yes, it did. So Tommy Troy, in 4 innings of work, has reached base 3 times.
Well, when you're hot, you're hot. Tommy Troy lately has been unstoppable, almost impossible to sit down. So instead of giving him a couple pitches to look at there, Connor O'Halloran misses with one of them, hits him in the foot, sends him over to first base. Good thing he's okay. One of the better talents that we get the opportunity to see on Cape Cod.
That gives way to Carter Trice, who is 1 for 2, fly out and a single in his first 2 plate appearances. 2 outs, 1 on. O'Halloran deals the first one, swing and a miss, the throw back to first, not in time and not by much. Looks like the correct call. I think Troy got the hand in.
Phil's tag was certainly on the shoulder, and it just depends, because he was so far off, Zach, is if Matulia's tagged him on the shoulder before the hand got the base, but I think, as you said, the hand may have been on. Yeah, tough one to call. It's a bang-bang play, really too close to just.
Count 0-1. 0-1 pitch, called a strike inside corner, and the count 0-2 on Carter Trice.
Carter Trice did not like that call. He may be correct. That ball seemed a little bit inside, but now down 0-2. If you're O'Halloran, do you come right back at him in the zone here?
I think maybe go away with that changeup. The 0-2 pitch, O'Halloran deals, swing and a miss. Or actually, no, excuse me, it was fouled off.
Yeah, it was the changeup.
It was the changeup.
And it was in the zone.
In the zone, changeup, and was
we can share the points.
Yes.
Everybody gets a couple.
Brownie points for you, brownie points for you, and...
How many?
I don't like brownies, though.
10 points to Gryffindor.
Oh, okay. It's a game of life. No one's counting. The points don't matter.
You've never read Harry Potter? Not surprised. The 0-2 pitch, high pop, a mile high. Center field, and McConnell makes the catch to retire the side. So the 2-out hit by pitch does nothing. No runs, no hits, 1 left on after 3.5. 5-3 Hawks on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
Traffic is treacherous. There's a fender bender on the pike. Gonna be a wicked commute. The expressway's backed up to the gas tanks. Gridlock. Crawl. Snarl. Jam up. Bottleneck. Log jam. 128 is a parking lot. You'll be late for supper tonight.
Keeping your car road ready is what we do best. At Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there.
Hey, we get you there too.
Choosing T-Mobile is like paying for this, but getting that. And so much more. More 5G bars in more places. More savings so your family saves 20% versus the other guys. And we won't raise the price of your rate plan with our price lock guarantee. Get more with T-Mobile. More 5G coverage, more savings, and even more cool stuff.
Bottom of the 4th inning of play. The Harbor Hawks a 5-3 lead over the Kettleers. Zach Berman, Austin Nakuda, Drake Tull, and now for quick word from the Massachusetts Health Connector. Lose your job, just have a baby, just turn 26 and are off your parents' insurance. Well, the Massachusetts Health Connector has you covered. When life changes mean healthcare changes, the Health Connector makes sure you still have coverage. The Health Connector won't let you go without coverage. Reach out to learn more. Call us today at 1-877-MA-ENROLL. That's 1-877-MA-ENROLL. Or go to www.mahealthconnector.org/gethelp. Get covered today. 9-1-2 into the batter's boxes. Riku Nishida will start the bottom of the 4th here against Cam Wagoner.
The joy of having Nishida in the 9-hole. You have an effective leadoff hitter in that 9 spot for the Harbor Hawks. I hated it, Zach. I really didn't like it when the Harbor Hawks went to that format earlier this season because you're taking at-bats away from Nishida, but boy, have I been proven wrong.
Riku takes a first pitch called a strike outside corner, 0-1.
That is just his consistency out of that 9 spot. It has worked out so well for the Harbor Hawks, and a great call by Eric Beatty to do so. Because Nishida now, over the course of the last week, he's been hot the last month, but 391 OBP.
Riku takes that one up high. His last plate appearance is only in the 2nd inning. Reached on a fielder's choice that scored a run, and then Riku himself scored a run on the 2-run double by the man in the on-deck circle, Mitch Jebb.
Yeah. Little
0-1
rule double.
Or the 1-1 to Riku takes outside 2-1.
Yeah, Riku's not the guy you want to try to waste any pitches with. You want to attack the zone as much as possible and hope that your stuff overpowers him because, boy, he doesn't strike out too often.
Only struck out, what, 16 times at Mount Hood Community College?
9. 9 times, yeah. Now, what's interesting, too, though, Nishida's been striking out at a higher clip recently, but he's also been batting like 350 in that span. So
correct.
While he's striking out more, he's changed his approach to where he's getting a lot more hit production.
I think the first couple weeks he saw, okay, I'm walking a little bit, and I'm waiting so far in counts that I'm just grounding into weak contact. Let me be more aggressive and try to hit the ball further.
2-2, hit on the ground to short. Troy Fields fires a low throw, and Riku beats it out again.
Yeah, that's likely going to be an infield single, too, for Nishida. Again, he is effectively a slap hitter from the left side, just bouncing that ball downward, utilizing his speed to get to first. Tommy Troy does not have an elite arm either, and you saw that there. Riku Nishida taking advantage of it.
I'd bet sometime this inning that Riku's going to attempt to steal a base. Nobody out. He's on. You're ahead by 2 runs. I mean, you can afford to be a little aggressive.
So hello, Mitch Jebb. 2 for 2. A single in the first, a double in the second, and now a runner off a third.
Look at that positioning of him holding him on at first. That's a little different.
Runner off of first, Nishida, and going back and checking on Riku is Wagoner.
If I'm Mike Roberts, and he's not this guy, but I am, I come out of the dugout and make a scene and say, hey, everybody, this guy is about to steal second base. Don't let him do it. I mean, if you're Loma Vida, you're just ready for that. catching the pitch is one thing, but you're eyeing Riku Nishida
Well,
right
there
now.
he go. Oh, he almost went. Smartly so, is fouled away.
I think he was starting and stopping there, seeing if they were going to go with the pitch out. Might as well see what the Kettleers have drawn up, and you have to be aware of it on 0-1 as well, because they can afford to even the count up here with the pitch out.
Well, yeah, I mean, and again, it's if Mike Roberts said that, if Eric Beatty came out and said to everybody, hey, Riku Nishida's stealing, you'd have the same odds of getting him. He's just that good on the base path.
20 of 25 this year?
Yeah, yeah.
The 0-1 to Jeb.
He hasn't been caught in 10 days.
Wagner deals outside 1-1. Not quite the pitch out.
Now here's your pitch to run on. 1-1.
I think it's his last 10 stolen bases, 11 stolen bases, if I tallied correctly. Has not been caught.
1-1 to Mitch Jeb, the runner off first. There goes Nishida, the throw to second base. It hops second. There goes Riku on his way to third.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go for Riku Nishida.
And the thing is you know how predictable it is. We're up here in the booth able to predict that he's going to steal on a 1-1 count. He does so, and you still can't get him out. He's the fastest man in the Cape Cod Baseball League and is going to make his future team, the Oregon Ducks, very happy with his speed.
No, he surprised no one with that. I mean, look, again, one of us could have leaned out of the window and said, hey, Riku's stealing right here. It wouldn't have changed a single thing for Loma Vida.
Lucky stolen base number 21 for Nishida. There's an error on the throw that advances into third. And now runner off at third. Nobody out for Mitch Jeb. The Harbor Hawks already up 5-3. Wagner deals the 1-2. Jeb checks his swing. Did he go? They check down to third. They say he didn't.
Holy cow. I don't know if I've seen a player go more in my entire life. That
okay.
is, I will absolutely accept that. Thank you very much. And twice on Sunday.
The baseball gods giving Mitch Jeb the nod.
Cotuit fans are going there.
Mike Roberts is not happy.
Oh, yeah. Here comes Mike Roberts.
Yeah, I got to agree with Mr. Roberts here.
Yeah, he is very correct on that one. And you can see Mitch Jeb is holding he's biting his tongue right there. He feels very lucky to.
Tossing.
No. I love, Cotuit fans are not that. You know, I ever told you guys this is a rivalry?
Yeah.
These two teams don't like each other.
You can see it in the stands, too. When you look to the right side of the field.
Oh, wow.
And let's see what we have here.
I didn't see if the third base umpire tossed him or not.
Here comes third base Blue. He wants a word. Roberts is standing at the edge of the dugout. And I think,
I think Mike Roberts.
He's toeing the line.
He's toeing the line.
He's toeing the line.
Blue, it's not about you, it's about the game.
Well, someone thinks it's not about the umpire and it's about the game. So, thank you for relaying that message, sir. Can only imagine that was a Cotuit fan. That was not Mike Roberts. We can confirm it's not Mike Roberts.
After all the chaos, there's still nobody out and a runner on third.
Is there anybody more entertained right now than Mitch Jeb?
Well, yeah. Honestly, Mitch got away with a swing where he came all the way around, so.
The Harbor Hawks have evened up the hit counter at 6-6.
Yeah, this is the first time that it's been even the entire game.
With a runner off at third, the 2-2 to Mitch Jeb incoming from Cam Wagner, who checks off at third. Here's the pitch, the 2-2, fouled straight back. Mitch Jeb will keep the at-bat alive.
Good job by Mitch to fight that one off, and you can see Roberts is yet to sit down over there. He's still, which I mean, he's got every right to be upset there. I think he saw the call as it should have been.
Yeah, if you're Mitch Jeb, though, you have new life at the plate. 2-2, the count is yours to do some damage and get another run in for the Hawks to push that lead even further.
2-2 to Jeb, up high, 3-2.
Even more so, I mean, you don't want to strike out. You don't want to give the other guys the momentum of you got away with one, and what do you do with it? Nothing. So at least putting a ball in play would be big.
You got to realize, too, if Jeb draws a walk here, he's on second base almost immediately.
Yeah.
With his speed, the guy who's in top 3 in stolen bases, right behind Riku Nishida.
Payoff pitch, the 3-2 to Jeb, and he swings and misses. So the strikeout that was delayed was simply inevitable. One down.
Well, I mean, karma comes back around right there, and that's should have been a strikeout call a couple pitches before, so works out in the end as it probably should have for Cotuit.
Well, is there anybody that can breathe a bigger sigh of relief right there than Cam Wagner?
Well, he can't breathe just yet. He still has a runner on third with
for
one
the
out.
moment being.
So he has probably the most dangerous hitter in this lineup at the moment. Came into the game with a 400 average. He's raised that with a hit tonight.
First pitch, Sirota, and it gets right through the wickets of the catcher, Loma Vida. Riku didn't see it in time,
well,
and
Loma Vida sold it.
The problem, well, he sold it, and that's where the hitter comes into play, because on that play, you need Mike Sirota to wave Riku home and tell him the ball got through, and that's what Coach Beatty was conveying to Sirota after the play happened. He motioned to Mike and kind of said, you got to wave to him here to
at least give him
an
some
idea.
signal. Probably better that Nishida didn't go in the end.
1-0 to Sirota. Wagner deals. There's a strike inside part of the plate, 1-1.
A couple mistakes so far on the base paths have given the Harbor Hawks. You've had Poncho thrown out in a pickle at third base. You had Jeb thrown out at home plate. Those are 2 more runs you could have on the board right now. You don't want to give up another right there, so maybe it's better not to send Nishida.
1-1 pitch. Wagner deals up high, 2-1. I wouldn't call the Jeb getting thrown out at home plate a mistake per se.
No, I agree. It
that
was just a really
more
good
of a heads-up play by Cam Wagner than anything else.
Yep.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 5-3 Hawks. Riku off of third. The 2-1. Line drive, right center field. That's a base hit. That will easily score Riku Nishida. Sirota digging for 2. The throw to second is in time. So Sirota out at second, but not before the run scores. It's an RBI single, and it's a 6-3 Harbor Hawk advantage.
Well, your team just got Mike Sirota again. Sirota has been that guy for the Harbor Hawks. His 8th RBI now for Hyannis in 7 games with this club. He is, I don't know what he's seeing at the plate, but it's everything he wants to see.
And I don't mind him trying to stretch that into a double on that play. I mean, another runner in scoring position would be big time, yes, but not a bad idea. You got a ground ball pitcher on the mound. Might as well try to stretch it, see how aggressive you can be, and make the Kettleers' arms in the outfield work a bit.
So now base is empty for McConnell. First pitch, CMC slaps it foul towards the Hawks dugout. They count 0-1.
Run CMC.
Got him going #1 in fantasy this year?
Oh, no.
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 That's a hot
McCaffrey
take.
first overall in fantasy.
That's where he's ranked across ESPN and NFL.
He's too injury prone.
Ah,
true. Matt Rule's his head coach.
That too.
Oh, yikes.
The 0-1 to McConnell. Takes inside. That hit him.
Oh, wow. Didn't get him by much right there, did it?
It did not. So George Corona will now have a runner off of first with 2 down.
And a point you made earlier, Zach, was that Corona's walked more than he struck out on the Cape, and he has continued to do that. He has a walk tonight, and I don't know if he's just seeing the ball better down here or what it is, but it's a quick turnaround for him because he had so many strikeouts at LA Tech that he really is impressed, and you don't see that often. With the wood bats, it has taken a lot of these guys a couple weeks to get adjusted, but for him, he's at least seeing it well.
First pitch to Corona, and that's a high fly ball, shallow left center. Park under it, makes the catch to retire the side, but another run crosses the plate on 2 hits, and the Harbor Hawks will go to the 5th, up by the score of 6-3 on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
When Alaska Airlines needed a partner for the complex operations of travel, they made the switch to T-Mobile. Our 5G has Alaska Airlines and their customers covered, from major hubs to remote destinations. With 5G coverage ready now for the demands of today and the future. T-Mobile's network powers Alaska Airlines as they deliver next-level care for all customers. 5G ready now. That's how unconventional thinking is better for business. When Alaska Airlines needed a partner for the complex operations of travel, they made the switch to T-Mobile. Our 5G has Alaska Airlines and their customers covered, from major hubs to remote destinations. With 5G coverage ready now for the demands of today and the future. T-Mobile's network powers Alaska Airlines as they deliver next-level care for all customers. 5G ready now. That's how unconventional thinking is better for business.
Tastes like a Coke.
We nailed it!
Coke Zero Sugar. Have they nailed it?
Sounds like they really nailed it, huh?
Nailed it. And that's when you said... So it really tastes like a Coke.
Yeah, that's the point.
It's the top of the 5th here at Judy Wilton Scarafile Field, McKeon Park. Zach Berman, Austin Dakuta. Drake Toll is taking a back seat right now as We welcome into the broadcast booth, welcome back into this broadcast booth for the first time since 2019, I believe, Brennan Howe.
That is correct. It's a pretty surreal feeling, and thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
Does it feel? What does it feel like to be back?
It's honestly, it's incredible how far the program has come since I was here in 2019. That's really a credit to Harrison Myers. He's done a fantastic job building up this program. Come a long way, certainly in the 4 years since I've been here.
CJ Kafis took the first pitch call to strike, swings at that one, the count 0-2. So right now you said you're with the High A affiliate for the Cardinals in Peoria, Illinois. Is that correct?
Correct, yes.
How did this job here with the Hyannis Harbor Hawks train you to be able to take that position?
It's really just a day in and day out kind of thing.
Kafis rips it on a line. It's caught by Matulia, one down in the 5th.
I mean, when you step onto the Cape, you really get as close as you get to an everyday kind of schedule at the professional level. You're calling games day in and day out. You do it all 9 innings. You do a pregame, a postgame, all of that. It really kind of teaches you the different nuances of what goes into doing this on a daily basis.
You've had a couple of big names down there for rehab outings. I know, obviously, when you were down here with the Cape, some of those guys have now made it into the minors. Is there anybody that you've crossed paths with down in there that's kind of maybe starstruck you, or that you've realized, okay, I've made it into pro ball now?
I mean, they're all professional athletes, right? So, I mean, you don't want to say that one guy, shines above the rest. I mean, there are obviously guys with some superior talent, but, I don't think necessarily there's one guy over the other that you can say, wow, this guy really feels like I've made it when this guy is here.
Yeah.
But it's funny because Tommy Jew, who plays for the Peoria Chiefs now, was actually in Hyannis the year before that I got here. So we've had some talks in the clubhouse and everything, kind of about memories that we've had here.
0-2 pitch ripped to second base past the outstretched glove of Nishida, and Tyler Johnson reaches with a one-out single here in the 5th.
Well, Kettleers not completely out of this game yet. Just a 3-run ball game, and with their high-powered offense at any point, you really could see them bounce back. And Brendan, the Patriot Cup, the battle between the Cotuit Kettleers and the Harbor Hawks and the Barnstable Crosstown rivalry, any memories that you have from this series that we're seeing be played out today?
So 2 games that we had in Cotuit actually weren't finished because of the lights.
Oh, we had one of those last week.
So, I mean, it's kind of one of those things where you only find that on the Cape, right? I mean, there are certainly some fields and, at the high school level across the country without that. But with these guys, they're not used to coming from D1 programs. They're not used to not having fields without lights, games cut short, all of that. It's really kind of a different feel for them.
Pitch taken low, 1-1 to Caleb Lomavita. Well, I got to ask, what is your best memory of being out on Cape Cod? There's got to be one where you had this moment like, oh my goodness, I am having the best summer of my life right now.
Well, there's a couple, actually. I think one of them that stands out to me was Bryce Teodosio, who now plays for the Rocket City Trash Pandas. He was our center, the Rocket City Trash Pandas.
You don't know that one, Mr. Berman?
I know that one, but it
slipped your mind.
Yeah.
There you go. He was our center fielder here that year, and he scaled the wall right about that 379 marker out there and hauled back a home run. And that was really kind of the moment where I was like, wow, these guys are future big leaguers. And I'm sure you guys have had plays like that throughout the summer where you're like, wow, this is some pretty high-level baseball.
Absolutely.
And, that was certainly one of them for me. And I was like, wow, this feels big time. This just feels big.
Was it 379 to center when you were here?
I believe it was. I don't remember the exact dimensions, but I know there have been some renovations to the park in the last couple of years.
But the place looks fantastic, doesn't it?
For sure, absolutely.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. O'Halloran checks off of first base, now deals the 3-2 to Lomavita, who swings and misses. That breaking ball is deadly. Out number 2. And, well, Brendan, what is your message to maybe broadcasters that are just getting into college or freshmen, sophomores in college and want to get out on Cape Cod? What would you say to them? Do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that, and that will get you to the Cape Cod Baseball League.
I would really say just keep being persistent. Keep working at your craft, whether it's at the university or school that you're attending. Keep getting as many reps as you possibly can. That's really going to fuel your success. The more you get behind a mic, the more you do it. And I would say just be a good person. Run into the right people, be at the right place at the right time, and just if you're a good person, people will remember that. and that really comes full circle, especially in a league like this where it's so small, there's a lot of different connections. That's what I would say if you're looking to get on the Cape. But really just broadcasting in general, it's about doing it as many times as you can and being the best person in broadcasting you can be.
A 1 pitch incoming. O'Halloran breaking ball just a little bit up and in, the count 1-1. Now, as a broadcaster, who would you say growing up, was there anybody, you know, in the professionals that you modeled your game after?
I mean, I would say you take bits and pieces from different guys, right? I don't think you want to try and emulate anybody.
Pitch chopped to first, and a nice play by Matulia to snatch it out of midair. He steps on the back 3 unassisted for the out. Another scoreless frame for O'Halloran, and Brendan, got anything else here in the top of the 5th?
I would just say that, you know, you guys are doing a fantastic job. I was sitting right below you guys for the first 4 innings, and, you know, you guys do a fantastic job up here, and, you know, you guys certainly have a much bigger production than what I had when we were here, so certainly enjoy it. You know, enjoy the rest of your summer on the Cape, and just have a good time with it.
One of the 2019, should I say, voices of the Hyannis Harborhawks, Brendan Howe, currently the high A voice of the Cardinals affiliate in Peoria, Illinois. 6-3 Hawks through 5.5.
Hey, Mama, what's up?
Did you switch my service from Verizon to T-Mobile?
Yep. T-Mobile has the only nationwide 5G.
Well, Mr. Know-It-All, let's see if you right about that.
Mama. Hey, Mama, I'm working.
It works at the pie shop.
T-Mobile's 5G works inside and out. Hey, what you need, Mama? I'm trying to watch the game with my boys.
It works in the park.
Oh, okay. Mama?
It works at the aquarium, in the parking garage, at the beach, in the elevator. It works in the movie theater, too. Oh, shush yourself. I'm talking to my baby.
You're driving me crazy.
I was just calling you to say thank you, baby. I love you.
I love you too, Mama. Yes, Mama.
It works in the kitchen. Tell Mama.
Mama?
5G, it works in the club.
Who are you on a club with?
Bottom of the 5th inning here from McKeon Park in Hyannis as the Harborhawks maintain a 6-3 lead over the Kettleers. Zach Berman, Austin Dakuda, Drake Dole, welcome back in.
Yeah, and
thanks, Zach.
The Hawks are in a good spot.
Pleasure to be here.
Hawks are in a
Was
good
he welcoming?
spot.
Were you welcoming me back in, or the people at home?
Welcoming you back.
Oh,
in.
thanks, Zach.
Well, he didn't have his mic on. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I didn't know either. But thanks. Great to be
will
here.
have to face a new pitcher as well here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and we'll get you.
You guys see Santala warming up for Hyannis over in the arm barn. It's like for Cotuit, it's 34 making an appearance. Jalen Payton into the ball game today from Lilburn. He is a Georgia Southern product with a 16.20 ERA through 1 2/3 innings. Allowed 3 earned runs, 4 walks in 1 2/3. So red light right here.
First pitch is a little bit low for.
Cummings up now.
Brennan Cumming. Cumming reached on an error in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd.
Give me a red light here again.
Outside.
Right. Sweet. Guess what I'm going to call right here on the 2-0.
Strike. He's going to throw a strike.
No.
Red light.
Red light. Red light's what I was going to call.
I wouldn't swing either way.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what the red light.
Well, you don't say.
Yeah, well, I do.
2-0, that's outside.
All right, guys.
3-0.
I want to pitch you a question right here.
Green light.
It's a tough It's a tough one. 3-0 count. Red light or a green light?
What's the one in between?
Yeah, I think
yellow?
it's an orange. Oh,
Is it yellow or orange?
I'm colorblind, so they all do look a little green to me.
Is that what got you in that fender bender?
Yeah.
3-0, outside ball 4, so Cumming works a 4-pitch walk.
Now,
well, this past season at Georgia Southern, Payton walked 51 batters, struck out 64.
Oh, gosh.
Also,
he walked 51 batters?
Yeah.
How many innings?
71 1/3.
In 71 1/3.
1 2/3, he's walked 5 on Cape.
He also hit 11.
Well, you can see where the Kettleers like his stuff. He has a good fastball.
Well, this is why guys come to the Cape Cod Baseball League, to get better.
Right, he has a good fastball. You can see the makeup is there.
only had a 5 ERA and 71
harness
innings
this
pitched.
control a bit.
Throw back to first, not in time, but
it's dangerous pick-off move.
Dominic Patelli walked in the second, singled in the third.
How about him? He's having a day. He's certainly in the running for the knack player of the game.
Knack.
The knack. First pitch to Dom. He hits it on the ground to first base. Kafis the second for one on to first. Double play.
Yeah. You see
3-6-3.
Well, 3-6-1 as a pitcher got over.
Excuse me.
Cover it, but you see why they like Payton there.
Yep.
When his pitches are in the zone or around the zone, they have a ton of movement and generate a lot of weak contact. Nice job by him to roll the double play.
Payton wins. He proved us wrong. I will take that, young man, and well done to get those 2 outs.
That brings up Pancho Ruiz. Pancho walked in the second, popped out in the third. Harbor Hawks a 6-3 lead here in the bottom of the fifth. Payton, righty to righty, first pitch, and it's up high, ball 1. 1-0 the count to Pancho Ruiz, who hit his first home run on Cape Cod this past weekend in Orleans. The 1-0, Payton delivers, and there's
just a little low there. Yeah, not giving him any no favors there to Payton.
2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Payton gets his signs from Loma Vita, then deals the 2-0, and Ruiz fouls it away to him. When you look at the box score right now, both teams have 7 hits. The difference in this game right now is Connor O'Halloran.
Yeah, O'Halloran's been really solid.
Because he came in after Amaral only went 1 2/3 with the bases loaded and 2 outs, and CJ Kafis up at the plate, already up 3-1, and kept the ball in the yard and got out of the inning unscathed. And since then, it's been all Hawks to this point. Still a long ways to go. The 2-1, Pancho fouls it away 2-2.
Yeah, Cotuit once harbored a 3-1 lead in this one, and it felt like after they put up the first run of the game, the Harbor Hawks tied it, and then they put up in the next 2 in the top of the second. You wondered, especially with the bases loaded for Cotuit, gosh, will they blow this thing open like Bourne did last week early? Not to be today. The Harbor Hawks have jumped on things.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Payton, righty to righty, sets and deals the pitch outside. Good eye by Pancho, and the count runs 3-2.
Pancho's had a great day behind the plate, too. Granted, it's, you're not even halfway through this ball game quite yet, but a great day at the plate. See if he can put the bat with it right here.
We talked about that in Orleans. He's really come around defensively, especially. Not much gets by the San Diego State catcher.
Payoff pitch, the 3-2 to Pancho. He walks him.
2 innings. Two and a third now. I'll give him credit for that. 2 1/3, 6 walks this season for Payton. So if there's one thing, again, that he's really trying to hone in on this offseason, I can point it out for you.
How about the eye for Pancho? His second walk in 3 plate appearances to bring up Phil Matulia, who reached on a single.
Had a great defensive play to end the top of the 5th.
That single brought home the run that made it 3-2.
He's also in the running for the knack player of the game.
Yeah.
Payton righty to lefty. First pitch incoming. Matulia takes a little bit inside, 1-0.
A lot of lefties in the lineup even still tonight for the Harbor Hawks, which pays off when the bullpen comes into play later on. And I love the way that Zach Chase, Nick Johnson, Mazdak Davari constructed this team with so many guys that bat from the left side.
1-0 to Matulia. Payton out of the stretch deals. High fly ball on the left field line, coming in and making the catch right before the chalk. Payton tries to retire the side through 5 innings of play. The Harbor Hawks a 6-3 lead. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. Let's go to the 6th here on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
We all have obstacles, challenges at different points in life. I still push myself every single day, and the harder I push myself, the more I find myself drawn to wearing UFOs. The first time I put on a pair of UFOs, it was like someone released the pressure. It was so crazy. When you are recovered and can do more, that has a compounding effect on all aspects of your life. Stepping into a pair of UFOs, they're truly one of a kind. There's nothing like them.
Best ever? Good question. Wait, why do you sound like Dr. J in your head? I've always sounded like Dr. J in my head, which means Dr. J's outside voice sounds like my inside voice? Which Coke? The doc would know. He got the world to call him doctor without going to med school. There's only one best ever.
Back. Top of the 6th inning here from McKeon Park and Hyannis. Zach Berman, Drake Dull, Austin Dakuta. And the Harbor Hawks' 6-3 lead. Connor O'Halloran coming back out for what's going to be his 4th full inning of work, and through 3 1/3, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's been sparkling.
And you saw kind of bits and pieces in the last game of Cotuit of him breaking through and having a dominant outing. He had 6 strikeouts on just 1 hit, and tonight he's really replicated that. It's been his command, and also the movement on his pitches has kept the Kets at bay.
Yeah, really like the change-up that he's given. That's been, seems like what's working for him so far. Glad to see him back out there too.
Before Eddie Park steps to the plate here, it's time to read a quick memo from the Massachusetts State Lottery. As a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League, the Massachusetts State Lottery is celebrating the games we love playing. From the baseball diamond to the many lottery games that help support all 351 cities and towns from across the Commonwealth. So here's to 50 years of winning and 50 more from the Massachusetts State Lottery. Eddie Park 0 for 2, 2 ground outs today. O'Halloran steps in and deals the first pitch. Breaking ball called, strike 1.
He just continues to fire strikes. That's been the key to success for O'Halloran. 36 strikes, just 17 balls.
The 0-1 to Park, who fouls it away quickly. O'Halloran ahead in the count, 0-2.
All right, keep attacking right here. If you're Connor O'Halloran, keep pumping the fastball if that's what's working in the zone.
No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. O'Halloran, lefty deals the 0-2. It's in the dirt. 1-2. This is the second of technically 3 straight home games for the Hawks after Bourne on Sunday.
Yeah.
We're with you through the week. Tomorrow in Hartford, 11 against YD. Thursday night from Gov Fuller Field in Falmouth at 6. Friday night here against the Brewster Whitecaps at 6. Then off for the weekend.
Well, tomorrow's a technical home game, so the Harbor Hawks will only play 21 games at McKeon Ballpark this season, and 1 home game at
Dunkin' Donuts Park.
Park.
1-2 pitch, high fly ball down the left field line, foul. And almost Mitch Jebb making a great catch. Couldn't get the best read on it, but we stay 1-2.
Yeah, probably had the opportunity to make that play, but just about an inch or 2 out of reach.
After the All-Star game, really you only have 8 days after the All-Star game left in the regular season. Then on Thursday, August 4th, the Harbor Hawks most likely will begin their playoff conquest. The 1-2 pitch inside 2-2.
And down the stretch, you're on the road a little bit more. As 2 of the last 3 games are on the road, you have a couple at Brewster and Cotuit, so this team's going to have to really bear down and get ready for that longer stretch.
1-2 pitch hit right to Matulia. He'll take it to the bag himself, 3 unassisted, 1 down.
And talking with Coach Beatty earlier in the year, and he said it doesn't matter if we're home or away for this group, and we're just trying to compete every single day. So that's what they're going to do, even tomorrow at Dunkin' Donuts Park. And they're just going to go out there, try to compete. Doesn't matter to them if it's a home game, away game, if they play in any state. They're just going to go out and compete.
Look, you're tired. You got a bunch of guys right now in that dugout that even after an off day yesterday, they're first in effectively 12 days. You are tired, but so is the next guy in the lineup next to you. And so is the guy playing shortstop for the other team. I mean, everybody's tired.
And that's what you could tell, asking them what they did on their off days. Most of them, most of the players just said, well, I went to the beach or got food. That's it. They're not exploring the Cape as much as they were on the first off
Funny, the first
day.
couple days, I went fishing. Caught a couple
Fenway.
stripers.
Nope,
hey, you went fishing yesterday,
I did. Caught a 32-inch striper, 25-inch striper.
Wow.
Something like that.
You throw it back or did you keep it?
I ate it for dinner.
Did you?
Yeah.
2-0. You grill it?
Sushi. Just you wrap it up, bada bing, bada boom. Call it the Hyannis roll.
2-1. Called a strike.
Yeah, it was.
2-2.
A little late there. Better late than never. Nah, we had it fried up with some asparagus and steak last night. Caught a striper off the coast of P-Town, otherwise known as Provincetown. I'm learning the lingo here.
Yeah, so you wouldn't call it a Hyannis sushi then?
No.
Okay, thanks a lot. Well, it wasn't sushi in general. That was a
2-2 pitch and outside. 3-2 to Trotter Harlan. 0 for 2. A fly out in the second, a strikeout in the fourth.
Yeah. So how does O'Halloran work back here? 3-2 count.
I go with that changeup.
Something on the outside part of the plate.
Got to go with the strike pitch.
Payoff pitch to the 8-hitter Harlan, and O'Halloran deals changeup, called strike 3.
Yeah. That was the slider, I think.
Yeah,
it had
was.
a ton of
Oh my
backdoor break on it.
That was beautiful. That ball starts almost completely in the left-handed batter's box, and split last second, cuts back in. Connor O'Halloran is on as well as we've seen him all season.
Put that one
was
on the Mona Lisa.
His most impressive pitch we've seen him throw all year.
And it makes it so difficult on hitters because the changeup and the slider leave his hand the same way until they get near the plate, and one cuts in like a frisbee and the other drops down like a circle change, and that's what makes him so good.
Colby Wilkerson.
You know, Connor O'Halloran came into this game with 11 ERA.
You wouldn't know it.
In 11 ERA. Well, his first couple outings were he struggled, and since those, I mean, his last 2, he's 3 even. He's put it together.
A 1 pitch inside 1-1 to Colby Wilkerson, who singled in the second, flew out in the fourth.
Not to mention he's right now sitting at 65 pitches in this ball game and has been so effective.
The 1-1. Wilkerson takes a little bit outside.
There's the movement again on that slider backdoor.
I think it was the same backdoor slider.
Right-handers are giving up on it. It's way outside, and it's just a late movement on it. The late life just catches the corner. Just couldn't bring it across the plate enough on that one.
Yeah.
The 2-1 pitch incoming. O'Halloran sets and deals a delivery.
There it is.
There it is again. Strike 2.
Jeez. And you can't really see from home how much break is on that ball. It's tough to tell because the RPMs on that baseball, it's spinning so fast that even the camera can't pick that kind of movement up.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. O'Halloran deals, and it's hit on the ground to second base. Nishida fields, fires. 1, 2, 3. Down go the Kets in order in the top of the 6th. 6-3 Hawks through 5.5, and finally down to Bria Lassick.
Thanks, guys. Looking more into this rivalry between Cotuit and Hyannis, the Patriot Cup was created in 2004 by Barnstable Patriot sports writer David Curran. The two teams from the village of Barnstable face off several times during the season for the rights to the Patriot Cup. Now, Cotuit has already won twice this season, and the last matchup between the two teams resulted in a tie. But a lot more is on the line tonight than just another win for the Patriots Cup. With a victory over the Kettleers, Hyannis would actually pass the Kettleers for first in the West Division. Back to you guys.
Bottom of the 6th inning, the Hawks maintaining a 6-3 lead. Zach Berman, Austin Dakota, Drake Toll, and a new pitcher has entered the game for Cotuit.
Thanks to Bria down there for giving a sideline report. Great to hear from her. So
another great update.
Yeah, always.
Great update per usual.
The perspective she gives us from the baseline is always great. And like you said, Zach Berman, a new pitcher's coming to this ball game. Look at Cotuit Kettleers in.
Looks like it's number 50.
Yes,
and it's
it is. Joseph Gig. Boy, have we heard that name before.
We have seen him
sometimes
twice.
called Max, right? We've heard him. Max Gig.
I think he's listed as Joseph, but goes by Max.
Yeah, I think that's
Max
correct.
Gig. From BC, if I do remember correctly.
Well, AD, because BC ends
that's how I remembered it.
One,
exactly.
and it's AD after that. Yeah, this guy's not 2,000 years old. You're not tricking me. Not tricking me.
Was a special day for Mr. Gig as
His
he
birthday?
was drafted today.
Oh, even better, I guess.
He was drafted today. Round 18, pick 533. He was drafted by the Los Angeles Angels.
When?
Round 18.
18. All right. What's that pay? Like, if you're a guy like Gig, do you chance it and go back to college for another year? I mean, you just got drafted.
He's so talented, though.
Yeah.
He has such a great fastball. Maybe you do. Maybe you go back to college because you have a power fastball that you can rely on and you see what happens.
Look at a guy like Ivan Melendez, right? Coming out of junior college, who you're kind of taking a chance on yourself going back to school. And, you know, you hit 33 bombs this year, and now you're the first pick of the second round?
Yeah.
Well, the last time Gig faced the Harbor Hawks, he gave up 2 home runs, and he's been very, very good this season.
Yes, he did give up 2 home runs.
Gave up a homer to Cole McConnell and then a homer to the Juice Rabbit.
Yeah, here's a guy who almost hit a home run in Cotuit, believe it or not.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that ball game, and I still don't believe it.
Hit the base of the wall down the left field line.
Okay.
Well, what happened?
You wearing your glasses that game?
Oh, the wind was blowing way out. Yes, Riku Nishida reached both times today. Takes a first pitch low and away to start in the bottom of the 6th. 1-0. Well, the wind was blowing about 30 miles an hour out to left field.
30?
Yes.
I don't know about 30.
That's where the weather had it that
It's going to take your roof
off.
off.
I don't know about that. I would have been out of my seat at 30.
Riku bunts, and it's foul. Count 1-1.
Another beautiful night of baseball skies. We got a couple of those. Been watching the broadcast for the last few days.
Wherever it was,
yeah,
the ball got caught. It was a pop fly that got caught in the jet stream, and I called it as such where I was just thinking to myself, that's going back.
Dumbfounded,
oh my goodness,
yeah.
That's still going back. And it hit off the base of the wall, and Riku Nishida, on a windy Tuesday night at Lowell Park, bench pressed himself a 2-run double.
Bench press. He's got the
1-1 to Riku. Gig, righty-lefty deals. Riku slaps to third. A ridiculous play by Trotter Harlan, who fires to first. Holy smokes, that was remarkable.
Yeah, you won't see a better play by a third baseman in this league than that play by Trotter Harlan.
Well, there was that one against Bourne.
We don't need to talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Folks that are Harbor Hawk fans might remember that one.
Yeah, well, we're winning today, so now we can say that's a heck of a play.
Different story. Yeah, that one right there was solid. Sits down Nishida on what could have been another base hit for him, but you get Mitch Jebb up now, who's facing Gig. 71% of the time he's going to pump you a fastball from that right side. 92 to 96 is where he sits. How low? 98 is where he'll top out. He's from Boston College, by the way. Not sure if we said that earlier.
Yeah. Heard they abbreviate that BC, maybe?
No way.
First pitch to Mitch Jebb, taken low.
Because, I was thinking BCE.
I thought it was BU, but that turns out that's Boston University.
They're the Terriers.
Yeah, that's my dad's alma mater, Boston University.
Really? Okay. Hockey player, your dad?
No, he actually played football before they cut the program.
Oh, yeah, it's a shame. That is a shame. Remember that.
1-0 to Mitch Jebb. He takes a breaking ball called strike 1-1. That's one of those plays that just kind of sticks in your mind. Trotter Harlan robbing the speedy Riku Nishida of a hit.
Yeah, that was good.
Still playing it on the grass against Mitch Jebb.
1-1 to Jebb. Gig deals. It's a breaking ball called strike. Count 1 and 2. Jebb, 2 for 3, a single and a 2-run double.
Yeah.
So he's having himself another day. His average, as of now, back to over 300 at 304.
Also, wow. 1-2.
1-2 to Jebb. Gig deals, and Jebb takes outside.
Worth noting, too, with Jebb and his MLB prospect, the guy who's going to get drafted next summer, I think he's draft eligible next summer. He'll be drafted pretty high, if not the next. Not a lot of no scouts actually in attendance tonight.
They take a little break.
Right, you get the draft, and then you'll see him in full force, the All-Star game, and then you might not see him again.
Right. That's how it was last year. I don't remember many scouts after the draft.
2-2, Jebb foul tips it just barely to stay alive.
But that All-Star game, every team sending everybody.
See, here's what I don't understand. Yes, you're sending your best guys, but guys aren't going to play 100% at the All-Star game.
Yes,
well, yeah, Magdal Cotto for sure, absolutely.
Down here in the Cape League, they definitely are because, as Drake said, they're sending every scout from every team, and you know this might be, you might get one at bat, and it might be a chance to impress all 30 major league teams.
That would be correct. 2-2 pitch to Jebb. Gig deals, and it's weakly chopped on the ground to third. Harlan Fields fires again. And this has been the inning of Trotter Harlan as he makes his second play.
Decent plays by Harlan. I also, the family that I'm living with this summer, shout out to Bill and Priscilla Merritt, they said, look, when you go to the All-Star game, you may look like a dweeb when you do it, but get a booklet and go through the line. Get everybody to autograph that booklet, because you never know. 5, 7 years from now, you look up and see how many of those guys are playing in the All-Star game in the big leagues.
At least half, I'd say.
Exactly.
Well, not in the All-Star game in the big leagues, but at least half
playing in the big leagues, right. Just go through, get all their autographs, and again, you'll be that guy maybe for a second, but wear that so that 5 years from now, you look back at that book and say, holy cow, here's Brock Wilkin, and here's Cole McConnell.
And it's just to have them. Like, it's not anything that I would even sell.
Right.
It'd be just something that, hey, that's something I remember from our early days.
What a momentum that would be, right? I'm going to keep that and then a brown paper sack from a $5 biggie bag. Take that with you home.
Plenty of those.
Son, sit down. Let me tell you about the summer of 22.
0-1 to Sirota, and that goes straight foul. Count 0-2.
I think I like this Mike guy. He's pretty good at, the cameraman and Mike Sirota. He's pretty good at the whole baseball thing. He's been red hot lately.
Sirota 2 for 3 with an RBI today.
Yeah, and coming into this game, too, had 7 RBIs over the course of the last 6 games. He's only played 6 games for the Harbor Hawks, batting .400 with 8 hits, now 10 hits. He's just been lights out. Hello, Mike Sirota from the waiver wire. He's like Bill Powell in 2013 when you pick him up out of
another fantasy football
right? Yeah.
0-2 pitch and Sirota takes low and away.
Somebody else drops Bill Powell and you think, all right, I'll bite, and then the guy goes 4 games, rushing an average of 150 a game. That's what Mike Sirota is. He's Bill Powell. Huh. Yeah, take that.
He was a Jet that year, right?
He was a Jet that year. He was a Jet for his whole career, if I remember correctly.
1-2 pitch, Sirota. High fly ball, right center field. Pearson back, way back, and that ball is gone! Mike Sirota stays red hot, a solo shot into the trees in right center, and the Harbor Hawks take a 7-3 lead. Is this guy something or what?
That is what they call a Mike bomb right there. Mike Sirota. Take one for a ride, young man. This guy is one of the hottest hitters on Cape Cod. He just won't stop.
If he got here 10 days sooner, he'd be an all-star.
Yeah.
The way he is hitting the ball, there's nobody I'd rather have at the dish than Mike Sirota at this moment. He'll get a nice ovation from the arm barn.
Mike Sirota against the #1 team in the West, too. There's the bullpen.
And Gig does not give up home runs except if it's against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks.
Yeah. Here's a guy who's no stranger to the long ball, and I believe
against Max Gig.
Yeah.
So Mike Sirota, his second homer as a Hawk, he goes Oppo Taco off of Max Gig.
And we talked about, I think, his first at-bat. Whatever the pitcher gives you, Mike Sirota will take that, and he can put it over the fence in any part of the field, no matter if it's right field, right center. And when you see him come to the plate, he's not the most imposing figure. But powered to all fields, and he is going to be incredible at Northeastern when he returns there for next year.
How about the job that this GM crew, Nick Johnson, Mazdak Darvari, Zach Chase, 2 guys off of the waiver wire that have become the linchpins of this Harbor Hawk team, as that's ripped to center and right at Eddie Park for the final out of the inning. But another ball over the wall for the suddenly power-hungry Harbor Hawks. Mike Sirota, goodbye baseball. 7-3 Hyannis after 6 on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
Diet Coke? Who are you, my mom?
You should be so lucky, because you know what moms do? Well, I suppose we should start with the whole giving you life thing. It seems like that should be enough. No? Okay. What about her ability to send shockwaves through the neighborhood without saying a word? Or whip up a ridiculous handmade costume that you forgot to tell her about? Not to make you happy, but because she had a reputation to uphold. She invented rideshare, called it carpool, and did it for free. She didn't need those dating apps either. You copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music.
Why not?
Oh, and she can win any argument in 4 words.
Because I said so.
Everything you're trying to do, she's already done. Did it better, and she did it with a Diet Coke in her hand. So, drink what your mama gave you.
We do have a new pitcher here in the top of the 7th inning as Chase Sentala enters, following what might be to this point the relief appearance of the season from the Hyannis Harbor Hawks as Connor O'Halloran goes 4 1/3, allows 1 hit, 1 walk, struck out 3. 2 base runners, that's it. Zach Berman, Drake Tull, Austin Dakuda. As we take a look at the standings here now in the Cape Cod Baseball League. In the East, still YD up by a little bit. They're starting to distance themselves from Brewster and Orleans as you shift to the West, and that's where things get fun. The Harbor Hawks, half a game back of Cotuit, and don't look now, but Bourne is starting to catch up a little bit. They're actually winning tonight as well, so the Braves are just about ready to lock themselves into a playoff spot as well. It's Falmouth and Wareham at the bottom fighting for that last spot in the playoffs.
What will benefit Wareham is they have those 6 ties, and Falmouth only has 3, and of course every tie you get a point.
Well, what'll benefit Falmouth is the 2 more wins than Wareham right now, and that's helping. They've been hot lately. That Falmouth team.
Falmouth won again.
They were the bottom dwellers in the West for a while, and not anymore.
It's been the Bats. The Bats have woken up for them. They added a couple of big names. And they've kind of just taken off.
Yep.
And
Falmouth
tonight again, 6-4, Zach, as
6-4.
we see there.
Yep.
Poor Orleans Firebirds, man. All right. Hello.
Bourne winning 6-2 against Wareham. We do have a final, and it looks like the lights got the best of YD. And no, I don't think that was lighted out. That went a full 9. Harwich and YD tied at 7, and that's how that one goes.
All right.
Both teams with 2 runs in the 9th inning. The batter is Tommy Troy, who takes the first pitch outside ball 1.
Wonder if I sent our producers the "You Got Mike Sirota" if they'd put that on the screen. Okay, we're getting a no. We're being flagged. We're being flagged with a no for that one.
So Chase Santala came here about a week or 2 ago out of UCF, and he's thrown 2 scoreless innings thus far as a Harbor Hawk.
About how long ago?
About a week ago.
Yeah, that's right. All right.
Taken outside, called a strike 1-1.
Well, dangerous hitter at the dish, and he's already got a couple of hits tonight, certainly an all-star.
Tommy Troy checks his swing. They say he did not go around the count. 2-1. Troy single hit by pitch. The Hawks a 7-3 lead. And, I mean, they've scored in every which way tonight. You've seen the small ball, you've seen extra base hits, you've seen a home run. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase Santala gets Tommy Troy hacking. You don't see that very often.
No, you don't. And now there's a bunch of kids out in right center field looking for Sirota's home run, and I have bad news. You're probably going to find a baseball, and it's probably not going to be Mike Sirota's. It's probably going to be one from batting practice today.
You're also very, very likely, as that one's fouled out of play, to find a lot of poison ivy.
Yeah. So, not really worth the trip out there. Sorry, friends.
Well, if you find the home run ball, all the credit to you.
Yeah, 2-1 to Troy, or 2-2 is even. He's battled back, and see what goes to that slider.
Santala. Only 1 strikeout on Cape thus far in his 2 innings of work. The 2-2 pitch, and that's a high pop, shallow center. Riku gets called off by the shortstop Patelli. 1 down, and Tommy Troy finally retired here in the top of the 7th.
It's a good pitch, too.
Santala gets Tommy Troy down. Yeah, what's the kryptonite for Tommy Troy?
Anything besides a fastball. It's not just the breaking ball, it's the changeup, too. And
I'm going to say Santala, but well, thanks, man.
He hasn't hit a home run yet this year on a pitch besides a fastball.
Chase Santala will now have to deal with Carter Trice. First pitch to Trice, swing and a miss, count 0-1. Santala spent his freshman year of college as a Florida Gator, threw in 7 games, started 1 at an ERA of 2.13. It was quite good. And then transferred to UCF in 23 games last season. As that one's fouled away, the count quickly 0-2. Santala, an ERA of 4.85 and 52 innings pitched. And I can tell you right where he caught the eye of this Harbor Hawk front office. 56 strikeouts to 17 walks. That'll do it.
Yeah, that will play.
Team that is built on guys that don't walk a lot, as the pitch is grounded to third. Jeb boots it, the throw to first, not in time. So a rare defensive hiccup from Mitch Jeb. We'll see how they score it, but Trice either way parked at first base.
Yeah.
They're going to rule it an E5, so now a runner on for CJ Kafis, and really to this point, the turning point of the game was in the top of the 2nd inning when Kafis came up with the bases loaded. Austin Amaral exits the game. Connor O'Halloran comes in and gets Kafis to fly out.
Yeah.
At that point, the switch was flipped. K-Fish shows bunt, lays it down. That is a beauty, and that's going to wind up a base hit.
Well, here's how the Cotuit Kettleers will get their way back into this game. It's small ball. It's their strength. They've done it well all season long. And now with 1 out in the inning.
Yeah.
The Hawks have some work to do to get out of this jam.
I believe you do have K-Fish as a known bunt threat on your scouting report.
Yeah.
You've seen him play enough this year. That was picture perfect.
Centala's been in these kind of situations before. Originally from Florida, originally pitched for University of Florida, transferred to eventually UCF, where he actually pitched 5 innings against Wes Burton's Ole Miss team this past spring, allowing just 1 hit.
I wonder what that team did. Batter is Tyler Johnson, swings and misses.
They won 1-0 in 12 innings, UCF over Ole Miss. So 2 guys pitched the full 12. Centala pitched 5 of those. And again, he's been in high pressure situations plenty of times. Here's another one.
Well, you got to be careful. Tyler Johnson, the home run leader on Cape Cod.
Oh, thanks.
With runners on first and second, the pitch is in the dirt, 1-1. Johnson did homer off of the Harbor Hawks. I believe it was the first game they played at Lowell Park this season. That was a 3-1 win.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, on Tuesday, or Saturday, July the 2nd, the 1-1 pitch, and that's hit in the air, left center field. McConnell ranging over, and it's actually the left fielder Brendan Cumming making the catch, 2 down.
That's the benefit of having Brendan Cumming in left. He has tremendous range. He played some center field for the Hawks already, and he's a guy who, if you put him out in left, you're going to have that bonus of him being able to get to those balls in the left center field gap. And I don't know if there's a better outfield on the Cape right now, or Wareham, that has a better range than Cumming, McConnell, and Sirota. Those 3 are just terrific defensively.
And when you get Phil Matulia out there as well,
you're not giving up anything at all.
Rocco Pepe has shown the glove in left field a couple times.
You have 5 really well-rounded players in the outfield that help your pitchers out.
First pitch taken low, ball 1. And
also a credit to how GM Nick Johnson and Nasdaq Darvari built this team. Not only was it pitchers who don't walk guys and hitters who walk a ton, it's defense. These guys are all really good and sound defensive players. You have the best defensive shortstop in the league and a second baseman renowned for his defense, followed by Mitch Jebb, who can play any of the infield or outfield spots. So a really terrific job constructing this team all around.
2-0 count here on Caleb Loma Vida. With runners off of first and second, Trice off of second, reached on the error. K-Fish on a beauty of a bunt single. Loma Vida 1 for 3 today. The 2-0. That's weakly chopped on the ground to Patelli. He'll make the easy play to second base in time, and Chase Centala works in and out of danger. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left on. Time to stretch here in Hyannis. The Harbor Hawks, a 7-3 lead on the Kettleers here on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
That chip on the shoulder, that started at a very, very young age. People's expectations are, they're cool, they're fun, but mine are bigger.
When you play in New York, they want to see winners. It doesn't matter if it's a Monday or a Friday or a Saturday. You got to come with it, or those fans will let you know.
Pick one thing from me, pick one other thing from another player, make it your own, you turn to who you want to be.
What motivates me is the unknown. You know, how good can I be? You get away from the lights, you get away from the camera.
Mientras más presente yo esté en la caja de batería, más éxito tengo.
Man, how can you not keep it fun, man? This is a kid's game.
If you could go back and tell 10-year-old Francisco one thing, what would it be?
You're a bad mother.
Well, welcome back here, bottom of the 7th inning. Zach Berman, Austin Takuta, Drake Toll, as we take you inside the booth.
Hey.
And the Masked Bandit brings you what's in the box.
I have a base bowl again, but this time, last time was bug spray. This time, I went on a pilgrimage across the entire ball. Okay, if you haven't seen what's in the box, every 7th inning at McKeon Ballpark, the whole press box acts as kind of like a storage unit. So I go find the weirdest thing I can find. Well, today, it was not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5.
We're working on it.
Not 6 or 7, not even 8, 9 things of hand sanitizer. I use some myself. You know, as you know, I'm coming off a little bit of sickness, following some protocols. Negative, everything's fine. Base bowl full of the 35 different. Look, if you're a disease, you're not getting through here. And guess what? Guess what else we have right here? Lysol, just for your, you know, get a little bit of that for you. Bada bing, bada boom, everything's clean. Everybody's good. Everybody's healthy? Yeah.
We're
all right, Humbeb, you smell that Lysol?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was good enough.
First pitch to Corona taken outside.
Folks, thank you so much to Honeydew Coffee for sponsoring What Is in the Box. And today, what was in the box but health, and nothing but health. And we hope that you stay healthy with, who was that sponsor we said earlier?
Honeydew Donuts.
The pitch flying to right, foul. I don't think Honeydew Donuts is promoting one's health.
Yeah, they are. I mean, why not? You can have, what do they have, lemonade?
Frozen drinks.
Frozen drinks.
They do
have delicious s'mores cold
plenty of frozen drinks at Honeydew Coffee.
Massachusetts Health Connector, they
feel like you need a frozen drink, Honeydew Coffee is the place for you.
Oh, we got a little meeting here by the three umpires.
A little meeting. What do you think they're talking about, huh?
The frozen drinks at Honeydew. They just heard us recommend them. Now they're making breakfast plans for tomorrow.
For folks at home, if you don't know, last time What's in the Box happened without me, Austin said, great frozen drinks at Honeydew Coffee, which I inquired about. Turns out that, I mean, yeah, they're drinks and they're frozen. So
I can't believe that my bubble soap thing didn't work.
Yeah, if you go to Honeydew looking for...
Yeah, yours did.
Yeah, that's right, the bubbles.
Had lots of bubbles going around.
You go to Honeydew looking for a margarita. You get an iced coffee.
Well.
1-1 to Corona. Oh, that is crushed foul. Look out in the light tower.
Look out in the house down the street.
Jeez.
Wow. That thing was...
George Corona.
There's where it landed. You see the shot right
there?
That
ball had a family.
Well, they're missing a couple shingles on their roof.
I think it was the window.
May we invite Mr. Corona, a late entry to the home run derby this weekend?
That's what I was saying, man. Why not put Poncho, like, I get it. Poncho had no home runs when they announced the home run derby, but just say, look, trust me, and then put him in there.
And Corona swings and misses for strike 3.
Yeah, just got a piece of that one in. He went back to that, dropped the back shoulder and launch on that swing and just missed it again.
That brings up Brendan Cumming.
Yeah.
Cumming. He's had a solid day. He's reached twice on an error. He's struck out, and he's also walked. 7-3 Hawks in the bottom of the 7th, and this whole broadcast booth smells like Lysol.
Yeah, it does. I'm looking back on it. Maybe I shouldn't have sprayed the Lysol. Sorry, you guys.
Cumming takes a first pitch call to strike. As I look at our comment
section. Your nose feels
sanitized? I feel healthier.
Yeah. I can smell. I have enhanced smell. You got something out there? I can smell it.
I look in our comment section.
Is that you? Did you wear deodorant?
No, that's the delicious.
Oh, don't say that, because I just asked if you wore deodorant. All right.
As that's ripped foul by Cumming to count 0-2.
But
I look at our comment section.
Smelling the clam chowder at Lowell Park is what it was.
And another broadcast alum, Austin, your partner last year, Lincoln Revel.
And Matt Noah, our producer.
Let's go home. It's Matt Noah.
How long ago was that?
Hawks are taking off. That was in the 5th inning.
Oh, okay. Well, we got to him.
The 0-2 pitch from Max Gig, and he gets Cumming to swing and a miss. It gets away. Loma Vina fires to first in time.
Well, smart play by Cumming, even though they got him, for him to run down in fair territory. Try to make the catcher have a tougher throw, but nonetheless, they do clean up the strikeout.
He's just playing baseball there.
Gig is settled in after that solo shot.
Well, Dom Patelli, who's, once again, a good day, walked, singled, and into a double play. Still a productive day for sure for Dom, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Harbor Hawks a 7-3 lead. First pitch to Dom, swings and misses, went right after the fastball.
Yeah, Max Gig's fastball is certainly there.
Count 0-1.
Again, sits 92 to 96, goes as high as 98. It's a pretty warm night too, humid, you know he's loose.
The 0-1 pitch, hit on the ground into the shift. Troy fields it on a hop, fires to first in time. So the Hawks go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 7th inning, and we head to the 8th. 7-3 Hyannis on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
What are you looking forward to?
Adding a takeout window.
And more locations.
Paying off my student loans.
Juggling my 4 small businesses and staying sane.
Raising my allowance.
Finishing my painting and starting the next one.
Catching a keeper. Cashing anything.
making the most of my retirement.
Checking my balance and hopefully having one.
Whatever you want for your family, your business, or your community, talk to us at Cape Cod 5 because we're looking forward to helping you.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Top of the 8th inning, Chase Sentala back in for second full inning of work, and the Harbor Hawks a 7-3 lead.
Yeah, Zach, Hyannis is trying to make their way back in the race to the Patriot Cup. They've yet to win a game in this series. They are 0-2-1, and that one at the very end of that line is what's going to be so clutch. If Hyannis can win tonight, win the next couple as well against a Cotuit team that looks much different from the first time we saw them earlier this year, then hey, you're in business. You get the cup. You go 3-2-1 here. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
Well, you got to figure out the rest of tonight first.
All right, no, that's a good point. I'll knock on wood. But you know who we've not seen yet this season for Cotuit? Cam Collier. The Harbor Hawks never played Cam Collier. Yep.
They missed the 18th
Who dropped?
overall
Yeah,
pick.
he dropped quite a bit.
There were plenty of reputable sources in the Athletic that said expect him to go top 5.
Yeah.
Teams really liked him. And unfortunately, he slipped to...
And if not top 5, top 10. And then for top 10, you're thinking, all right, 11.
What's going to happen?
Yeah. 15, and then now 18.
Well, that's what I said. I was watching the draft. I'm like, whoever gets Colliers has a steal. And I was begging the Phillies to get him at 17.
Yeah, what have they seen, you think?
The 0-1.
What did Wisnon end up going?
End of the second round of San Francisco.
Pretty late.
Jeez.
Yeah, well, projected in the last mock draft, I believe the Athletic put out, Wisenhunt was projected 16th overall.
Yeah, he didn't play in the spring, though.
Yeah.
That's just San Francisco, you know, one of the best drafting teams in all of baseball.
Yeah. I don't know. What does that mean?
0-2 to Josh Pearson. He did homer in the second inning. He swings and misses on that one from Sentala. Chase Sentala's first strikeout of the game, his second on Cape.
Very
one
nice.
down.
Geez, the beauty of the MLB draft, too. You saw it today with Ethan Hammerberg being drafted 20 minutes before the game happened down here in Hyannis. The beauty of it, NFL draft, I can pretty much tell you how most stuff's going to go. NBA draft, not so much drama. MLB draft,
no idea.
Your projected 8th pick, hello, pick number 34, you're finally off the board. You don't see anything that dramatic in the other drafts.
First pitch to Eddie Park, rips it, foul down the left field line. Well, in baseball, it's much less.
Oh, not to mention you say,
you don't have it that happen that often when you have a player that comes in that's far and away the #1 player in his class. You don't see it that often.
It's going to be so interesting with draft pick trading now. That what do teams value those high picks at? Are you going to see teams trading future picks for a pick to trade up and say, hey, I really want the #1 pick, or teams who might not pay a guy that slot value trade back? We didn't really see it this draft, but
Kumar Rocker, the guy that goes number 3, could also probably have gone off the board at 13.
Right.
Park fouls it. Well, you look at, the #1 overall picks that have gone in recent memory. Henry Davis was not expected to go first overall.
Adley Rutschman.
But then you have guys like
Adley
Torkelson, Adley Rutschman, Casey Mize, all 3 of them were expected to go first. Royce Lewis, 2017, bit of a surprise. 0-2 pitch taken a bit low by Park.
And it's the idea that at the same time with these picks, what is the value at 12 compared to 18?
Right.
You could get the same guy at 18 that you probably could at 30 at this rate in the MLB draft.
Yeah.
So for a lot of these guys, for the Harbor Hawks, they got told, hey, 8 to 10 round. Around 8 to 10, we'll draft you somewhere in there. A lot of them, if you hear 8 to 10, that could mean 16. That could mean 18. It's seldom ever exactly what you're pitched.
And what's so interesting is the draft being bumped back to mid-July.
Yeah.
The Cape Cod Baseball League has very quickly become a draft prep league.
Cam Collier would never have come.
Swing and a miss. How about Chase Santala getting Eddie Park to
all the while Chase Santala's being nuts out here.
It's now 2 away to bring up Trotter Harlan. But what's most interesting about the draft is that the first overall pick very rarely guarantees you, if at all, a star player. There was a stretch of 4 straight first overall picks that all became superstars. Steven Strasburg, Bryce Harper, Garrett Cole, Carlos Correa.
Jeez.
And then
you have a couple, Mark Apple.
Mark Appel.
Mark Appel, Brady Aiken. Dansby Swanson, good player, not a superstar by any means. Mickey Moniak, I think that's that's not me.
That's at the crowd mic.
That's a crowd mic.
Hello?
The batter is Trotter Harlan.
That's my doctor.
First pitch, Harlan
That's
swings and misses. Harlan. That is not Trotter Harlan. Chase Santala, man, how about this? He has been fantastic.
Yeah.
Hey there, Chase. Happy to have you. How about Ketchup, who's in the game?
Caleb Ketchup takes a call for ball 1.
Well,
the last we saw of Caleb Ketchup,
he's 1 for 12 this season.
That one hit was against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks.
There's a baby tomato, a daddy tomato, mama tomato walking down the road. Baby's lagging back.
Okay, when we
daddy
last
tomato
saw
goes
Caleb
back,
Ketchup,
squashes him, says, "Hey yo, catch up."
A 1-1, Ketchup shatters the bat right back to Chase Santala, who will take it to the bag. 1-3, 1-2-3 inning for Santala again. How about Chase Santala? How about the Harbor Hawks? 7-3 lead. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th.
Traffic is treacherous. There's a fender bender on the pike. Gonna be a wicked commute. The expressway's backed up to the gas tanks. Gridlock. Crawl. Snarl. Jam up. Bottleneck. Log jam. 128 is a parking lot. You'll be late for supper tonight.
Keeping your car road ready is what we do best. At Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there.
Hey, we get you there too.
Having a 5G phone that's not on T-Mobile makes as much sense as playing ice hockey. Using pool noodles. Get out of the penalty box with 5G coverage like this. T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. T-Mobile, more 5G bars in more places. Another reason T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
Before the game, Ethan Hammerberg of Ohio State received a pretty exciting phone call. While he was warming up, the White Sox called and selected him in the 19th round of the MLB draft. Now, several other 2022 Harbor Hawks were selected in this year's draft. First, Brandon Neek of Virginia was selected in the 9th round by the Dodgers, followed by Brody McCullough of Wingate in the 10th round by the Cubs. Justin Janis of Illinois went to the Braves in the 12th round, followed by Thomas Balboni of Northeastern, going to the Padres in the 15th. And then also, Jacob Campbell of Illinois received a free agency deal to the Padres. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Bria. As always, bottom of the 8th inning here in Hyannis as the Harbor Hawks, a 7-3 lead on the Kettleers. Zach Berman, Drake Tull, Austin Dakuda.
Hey, that's us.
And up steps Pancho Ruiz against Max Gig. Pancho cracks it right center field. Back goes Pearson, way back at the wall. He leaps. It is gone.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Excuse me. Let me explain what happened. Pancho was at second. That went over one of the banners, but not over the wall.
No, it went inside the banner.
It went inside the banner.
Inside one of the white banners. It's the big UFOs. No, it's the Team Torin banner.
Yes, it went inside the banner.
It went through the banner. There's just enough. Whoever hung it up left just enough leeway in the middle of that for that ball to go bloop, right through it. Wow.
Man.
Well, that's a way to start the inning. A double by Poncho, huh?
The Poncho's reached base 3 out of 4 times tonight. I thought he hit it out. And now there's a meeting on the mound. Yeah, so that got inside inside the banner.
Yeah. Well, you could see that Pearson was confused. There was a little magic trick because he thought the ball maybe went over his head, got lost for a second, and then realized, oh, it's at my feet behind me in a stand-up triple.
Well, maybe I should call someone to put another...
Yeah. Zach Chase said, Zach Berman pulls a John Sterling.
Well, maybe I'd love to give whoever didn't put the extra zip tie in the banner a call, and I would call them using T-Mobile, who's proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Okay.
T-Mobile believes that when small towns thrive, America thrives. That's why they're investing billions of dollars to bring fast, reliable, and affordable wireless coverage beyond the big cities to small towns across America. There's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com/across America to find out. Yes, I did grow up a Yankees fan.
8 out of 10 on the transition there.
Yeah.
I
Just
listened.
one thing, they don't use zip ties. They do use clips. But 8 out of 10, good transition.
Very nice.
Well, hey,
also
happens to the best of us. It got lost in the banner. That's a new one.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Did we run the home run graphic?
0-1 gets away. Poncho will drop down to third without a throw.
That guy dropped the trailer right there. He was hauling at third base.
I want to see his 30-yard sprint at Fenway.
Poncho Ruiz. I like that a lot.
If you get him in the right count, he could steal a bag too.
Yeah. Okay. Watch out now. Hey, watch out. Yeah, also Zach Chase, who commented and said that he got the catch-up joke from Pulp Fiction. Was it Pulp Fiction? You ever seen it,
Yeah.
Dakuda?
Yes, I have.
See, that's a movie you can't.
You quote Pulp Fiction on
It's
air.
Tarantino. You real pitch taken
I just
outside.
made a catch-up joke.
Yeah.
That's pretty harmless.
Tarantino movies typically aren't safe to quote, for.
Yeah, I wouldn't quote most of that movie. You're right.
No.
That's a great point.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks, Austin.
Yeah.
Name another Tarantino movie. All right.
Once Upon a Time in
I know
Hollywood.
his name's Quentin.
2-1. Pitch swung on and missed. 2-2.
Yes, you do know that.
Reservoir Dogs.
Look at me.
Your name is from the deep tracks there, Zach Berman. Very nicely done.
I'm a big Once Upon a Time in Hollywood guy myself.
Yeah.
I saw that. Actually,
In
I saw it
Hollywood?
with my grandparents.
All right.
I will never forget, the entire theater stood up and clapped after the movie. I think I was the youngest person in that theater by about 30 years, minimum. 2-2 pitch, and Bedelia swings and misses for out number 1.
You still have a chance, though, with that runner over at third. Now just one out to get him home, and Phil does go down on a high fastball, but there's a guy coming to the plate who probably won't be going down on a high fastball because he doesn't chase pitches above the letters.
Well, Once Upon a Time in Hyannis, Riku Nishida steps up to the plate looking to add a little bit more insurance.
Yeah, it's probably more than once upon a time. But I see what you're going for, and I like that the Harbor Hawks have an opportunity here with the runner on third to put up another run, because that right now, Cotuit could tie things with one swing of the bat, right? But if you have a 5-run lead, runner on third. You have a 5-run lead.
First pitch, Riku weakly chops. Poncho's coming home, and look at that. How about that? So the pitcher gig does not come home. Instead, he goes to first for the out and scores a run.
He barely got Riku Nishida at first, too. He took so long to make that decision. If he flips to home plate, that's probably an out, but a beautiful sacrifice there from Riku Nishida. It'll go down as a
1-3.
Yeah, as a 1-3, but at the same time, I mean, that's as good as a slap bunt right there.
How about Poncho Ruiz? He hauled it home.
He did. Poncho. Again, that guy. Dropping the trailer.
Told you.
Speed camp last few weeks. You're seeing a lot more speed out of him than you did earlier this
So
season.
there's your insurance run, Austin Dakuda. Now 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Mitch Jebb up against Max Gig.
That's big. I mean, you get a 5-run lead, and you just need 3 outs.
Jebb straight back into the screen, 0-1.
It certainly gives you a little bit more confidence heading into the final frame.
But not too much.
Right.
Because we all remember what happened against the Braves.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Something about Hyannis against Bourne at home.
That hasn't gone well.
Really, fingers crossed that is
You
not
don't
a
want to
playoff
play
matchup.
them in the playoffs.
No. That's why you want the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Make Cotuit deal with Bourne in round 1. I think that's how it's going to line out, is Bourne in the 2 or the 3 spot.
Yeah, I think so too. Bourne has been, they've been spectacular. Mitch Jebb hits it on the ground to second base. Wilkerson fires in time. Let's go to the 9th. The Harbor Hawks put another run across the board. They lead 8-3 after 8 here on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
My family earns respect.
My family clears bases.
My family breaks records.
My family wins MVPs.
My family gives everything.
My family makes history. My family wins championships.
There's no family.
There's no family. There's no family.
There's no family like my family. Join the fam.
Join the fam.
Join the fam.
Top of the 9th inning here from McKeon Park. And Chase Santala, who entered this game when the score was 7-3.
Yep.
Would be credited for the save if he finishes the job tonight.
Yeah, it's how it works in the game of baseball. It's an odd stat, one that you don't see too often, but if a pitcher comes in and holds the lead and finishes the game off for 3 innings, they get credited with a save. So there is action in the Harbor Hawk Arm Barn just in case, but I don't know, it's just such a weird stat. 3 innings and you get a save in a 8-3 game now, but it is credit to Santala, the way he has pitched so far. Just 1 hit, and he's really dominated the last inning with a pair of strikeouts.
The Harbor Hawks do have in the bullpen right now Jordy Allard, just in case things go awry for Santala. And another big shout out to Mike Maynard, who's running the camera, spotting all things across the field. He's actually skipping his dentist appointment tomorrow to join us in Hartford, Connecticut at Dunkin' Donuts Park. So if you're Mike's dentist and you're listening, don't show up to work tomorrow.
First pitch, swing and a miss. Colby Wilkerson leads off the 9th, 9-1-2. Wilkerson, Troy, Trice. Not the easiest 3 to sit down, but Wilkerson already behind 0-1. The 0-1, Santala. Swing and a miss. Count 0-2 already.
So again, the significance of the Hyannis score leads, their score holds. There is some significance there, Zach Berman.
Well, we'll get to that once the 3rd out is recorded.
YD did tie, so.
Swing and a miss. Colby Wilkerson strikes out on 3 pitches, and Chase Santala is 2 outs away from locking up the Harbor Hawks' first win over Cotuit this season.
Very nice pitch from Santala, and if the score does hold again, YD tied tonight's game, so they will have the league lead no matter what. And tomorrow, the Harbor Hawks could play for that.
Yeah. And what the Hawks are most interested in for playoff seeding is this division. And the win here
Tommy
gives
Troy,
you first place.
first pitch, takes a called
Thanks for
strike.
saying it.
Yeah.
Now what's going to happen? What's going to happen now, huh?
Said it in the open.
Yeah.
Said it in the 5th. Said it in the 6th.
I'm staying away from it.
I'll say it again.
The 0-1, Troy checks his swing, didn't go.
It's only 1 out, I believe. Scoreboard says 2.
Yes, 1 out. The
Hey,
score
look,
is
just you're willing it. You got to will things sometime, manifest it.
The 1-1, pitch taken low and away by Troy. The count 2-1. There's 1 out, not 2 outs, 1 out.
Yeah.
Well, that's much bigger.
Santala righty to righty. Pitch taken outside. The count 3-1 to Tommy Troy. Troy singled in the 1st, singled in the 2nd, got hit by a pitch in the 4th, and flew out in the 7th. So he's only been retired once tonight.
Yeah. Great hitter. Really, I mean, enjoy watching him while you get the chance, because this guy is future successful big leaguer.
3-1, Troy, breaking ball called a strike. The count goes full.
The umpire rung him up.
He did.
The umpire rung him up. He threw the arm and said, "You're out of here." Just kidding.
He knew it was 3-1 because he signaled it for about 30 seconds before the pitch. It still
rung him up.
3-2 pitch, broken bat, staying in the infield. Patelli makes the catch, 2 down, and the Harbor Hawks are 1 out away.
So we'll let you know as we go into this last batter here too. Again, if this score holds, Falmouth's got a lead on Orleans and Wareham's down to Bourne. So Bourne is still be within 2 games of Hyannis. Wareham, they drop even further into the last spot in the West. And then Chatham's on the way to winning their 3rd straight game. That's just a fun little nugget for you.
Carter Trice, the last man standing, and it was Sunday, July 10th, when the Harbor Hawks defeated Orleans 8-4. First pitch to Trice, he pops it in the air. Under it is Riku Nishida. He's called off, and now the catch is made by Patelli, and hello first place. Meet the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, 8-3 your final. The Hawks on top of the West, and for the moment, on top of the Cape Cod Baseball League. A complete team performance as the handshakes begin, and it's going to be a quick turnaround with the trip to Hartford tomorrow morning. But for tonight, you can smile, you can celebrate. There's a lot of work to be done, but the Harbor Hawks have officially jumped the Kettleers for first place in the West Division.
Yeah, only a half a game lead, so not even a full game lead. A 1 point lead for Hyannis over Cotuit right now. But even still, seeing where this team came from and seeing, historically, Hyannis has not had the greatest seasons. They have the second longest drought on Cape Cod, and so to see the way this team has been able to help break that mold and break what history said Hyannis is supposed to be, really, really special, even more so for you, Austin.
It's big. I didn't get to see many wins last season, and it's good to see the Hawks in first place, something that this team has been on the brink of for a couple of weeks now, and they finally exploded. And guys, there's only one thing left to do, and that's to select the NAC player of the game. And are we still sticking with our original pick?
Yes. So I think it's confidently got to be
Connor O'Halloran.
Yeah, so Connor O'Halloran came into this game earlier than probably expected. Austin Amaral didn't give you, he didn't really have a chance to go too deep into the game, had a couple of pitches hang up on him, and Connor O'Halloran came in out of the bullpen and gave you 4 innings of near perfect baseball and really shut down the Cotuit Kettleers. If he does not give you those 4 innings, I don't think you're still in this game, and that's why he's our NAC player of the game.
Now, I'm going to do it. I'm going to give a quarter of the player of the game. He can have 75% Connor O'Halloran. I'm giving a quarter to Mike Sirota. 3 for 4, 2 RBIs, scored a run, brought his average up to 458. If anybody deserves an interview, it's certainly Connor O'Halloran, but a lot of credit to Mike Sirota as he has been a consistent catalyst for Hyannis at the plate.
How about Chase Santala as well? 3
innings. Fine. Everybody's a player of the game. You guys win. I like it.
Well, special thank you to the NAC Cape Cod for sponsoring tonight's player of the game, who happens to be Connor O'Halloran, Mike Sirota, maybe Chase Santala, probably the Bat Boy too.
Honestly,
hey,
I think did I have a good game?
You did?
Yeah, you
all
did.
Right.
As well did
what do you say?
all of us in the booth.
Okay,
huh?
we all get a player of the game.
All right.
Abby, you, Ella, anybody? Mike? All right, sweet.
Okay, first and foremost, shout out to Mrs. Gibson. She mailed some cookies over before the game. They were delicious.
Yeah, they were. Shout out to Joe, the scorekeeper, too. Before that guy gets out of here, he did a great job. We're excited to see him in Hartford tomorrow. And yeah, all in all, guys, really good night for the Harbor Hawks. Back in the win column, we're down 3-1 in this game, down 1-0, down 3-1, and they win it 8-3 with 7 unanswered. The Hawks are what?
The Hawks are hot. Well, to wrap things
up,
it's
a great day for what?
To be a Hawk.
To be a Hawk indeed. Well, to wrap things up for my broadcast partners, Drake Tull, Austin Dakuda, our wonderful producers, Mike Maynard, Ella Gibson, Abby Stokes, for Director of Broadcast, Harrison Myers, for our sideline reporter, Bria Losick, I'm Zach Berman, signing off from Hyannis. Your final score, the Cotuit Kettleers 3, and your first place Hyannis Harbor Hawks 8. We'll see you bright and early, 11 a.m. tomorrow from Hartford as the Harbor Hawks are set to take on YD. But for tonight, rest easy. The Hawks are hot. Good night, everybody.